gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I'm your host, Sean C. Tonight, we're going to talk about why the Manosphere content is not the same without Kevin Samuels. But before we get to that, there's a couple of topics that I want to touch on before we get started, or before I start presenting you some of the clips that I have of The Godfather tonight. The biggest thing that I want to relay to you all tonight is I'm just going to show a couple of clips of The Godfather, Kevin Samuels, in honor of his passing, in honor of his birthday, in honor of the celebration of a man who probably didn't get as much respect as he should have. And prior to his passing, this man was on his way to probably getting a TV deal, right? He was probably on his way to getting a TV deal from what I've heard, okay? But we have some housekeeping to do, and this is what we have to talk about within the Manosphere. So this is kind of where I want to start at tonight. Before I get to that, I want to play a clip, and this is probably the earliest I've played a clip before, but I want to start off by playing a clip because it has to do, it all ties together, okay? And I'll get to the shout outs here in a little bit, but I want to get straight into this first video because I think it's pertinent to where I'm going with the topic
Most
tonight.
men always get looked upon like they're not a hoe. Why is it different for women than it is for men?
Because men and women are different.
They are. Because
it's easy for us to get sex. The world doesn't think highly of you if you do what's easy. And men getting sex is hard. So if they do what's hard, it's valued. If we do what's easy, it's not.
All right. There you go. So I started off the first clip. I want to start off the first clip with Pearl, right? Because you obviously saw her on the cover. And obviously Pearl has said some things recently that may have been deemed as racially insensitive, if you will. Now, listen, I know a little bit about what happened, but I'm not going to proclaim to know everything. But there's a number of things that I have seen over the last week or so in the Manosphere that I think has the potential to hurt it. Now, let me say that Pearl has got her rise to fame, just like a lot of these female content creators, because they come in and they are speaking to men's issues from a woman's standpoint of understanding what we're going through. Is there perceived empathy of what men go through? And you know, there's been a lot of emphasis on hearing women for at least, let's see, I'm in my 40s, so at least the past 30 plus years, right? That I remember. I remember growing up when Oprah was a new show and all this stuff. I remember all these things, okay? So now with the Manosphere here, now men have a place to be able to, voice what they're thinking, voice how they're feeling. Men have a place to go to be able to listen to other men that have similar issues or have gone through similar experiences as they have. That is one of the personal pride things that I take about this channel, is that when you guys put your stories into the comments, when you guys put how you're feeling in the comments, though I may not agree with everything that everyone puts in there, I can respect it. The only thing I don't like men to do is when they are blatantly disrespectful to the men who are speaking there, or they're disrespectful toward what we're trying to accomplish. Because make no mistake about it, gents, this is your channel as much as it is mine, okay? So I think that women like Pearl, now there's a thought process that women like Pearl have seized onto opportunity to be able to slip into this Manosphere content and make a way for themselves. Now, let me get to Pearl first. Pearl said something, and I'm a recent Twitter follower, right? Bruce Rain, shout out to Bruce in there. Bruce know that I'm a newbie when it comes to the Twitter and to the Twitter. You got to say it like an old person, to the Twitter, to them tweets. Okay. I'm new to this, but I did see something where there was something she got backlash for. And I think Rollo Tomasi said something like, well, hey, here it is, accountability catching up with you, because she'll have this laissez-faire attitude toward who she has. She's like, well, I'll just talk to anybody. But she happened to be on a show with from what I heard, or from what I understood, a person that is potentially racist, if you will. And she was on a show with that person and also made some very insensitive comments about Black people's plight with slavery and that it wasn't that bad and this, that, and the third. If we as content creators are not going to be able to get it all right, we're not going to say everything that you like. We're not going to be able to always give you the warm and fuzzy. I'm not going to always put out a video that you like. I'm not going to always be able to deliver the most best crisp live stream that I could ever put out. That's not always going to happen. All right. But what I will say is that even though that these are our opinions and these are the things that we give to you based on our life experience, some more than others. I think Pearl is only 26 years old, right? Yet she has rose up through the ranks very quickly, just like a lot of women content creators do in the Manosphere space. Right? So many guys will go over to those spaces and support those women, but won't support the brothers that have been there and done it. Won't support the men that have the life experience, right? Won't support them. Like, if you're not going to even support monetarily, some of y'all don't even support with the views sometimes, okay? But yet and still, as soon as a woman says it, y'all are in those DMs. Y'all are in those comments. Trust me, as I'm looking for content, I see all the men, right? If I pulled out my phone right now and went to TikTok, it would take me less than 5 minutes of just flipping my finger, and I would find some woman sitting on the bed wearing something scantily cladded and a whole bunch of men in her DMs. Because soon as a woman looks a certain way or acts a certain way, their channel goes up like that. Listen, women can put out a channel tomorrow and if she got some cleavage showing, I can guarantee she is going to shoot up into the thousands within the first few months. As long as she's saying something that people want to hear, we are just so quick to run over to these spaces instead of the men who actually have life experience, especially the men who have been through it and trying to tell you guys correctly. And then on the flip side, you have some of these younger content creators. You got the Fresh and Fits. And they went on and they had a guy on, Charleston White, I believe his name is, brother. And he goes on there and talking about they used to grape women, right? They would give them drugs and grape them. And this is what he talked about on Fresh and Fit podcast. And Fresh and Fit will continuously check women on their behaviors. And we talk about it a lot on this channel. But at the same time, he won't hold a man. And that's a grown-ass man. And afraid to hold that dude accountable on their live stream. So what are we doing in the Manosphere right now? Would this have stood if Kevin Samuels was still alive? Y'all don't believe that he would have had something to say about these things that are occurring right now? Y'all don't think that he would have a problem with it? Hell, this was the only man that was talking about getting married. He's the only one pushing for families the way he is. We talk about it, but he was pushing for women to be marriage-minded and say, hey, I am dating with a purpose. He tried to hold them accountable, tried to basically make them look at reality instead of living in this fantasy Disneyland that they've been in. He was trying to hold us all accountable, and I'm going to show us that in these videos tonight. But this opening monologue is to tell you that, listen, enjoy the channels you go to. Realize that these people will not be perfect. And do I think that inherently the people I just talked about are bad people? I don't believe that they're bad people, but they're young people and they're going to make mistakes. Hell, I'm going to make mistakes. I am not perfect. I never claim to be perfect. But what I will tell you is I at least try to give you my examples so that you don't make the same damn mistakes that I make and made. And hopefully you learn what we used to call game, which is what Kevin Samuels was. But yet and still, this man is trying to put everybody on game, right? Women think he's just attacking them. But I'm going to show clips tonight of Kevin Samuels holding men accountable. And matter of fact, most of the clips I have is him holding us accountable. And I wanted to do that for a reason, because we on this channel, the gents of this channel, right? We need to hold each other accountable. We need to make sure that we're doing what we need to do. What do I talk about all the time on this channel? I talk about being on our purpose. I talk about being on our grind. And there is a reason for that, because everything starts with a man being accountable and being on his purpose. A man without purpose is a man who has no direction. I would even wager to say he is a lost man. But we're going to talk about all that tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. I got on my soapbox there. I just had to get that out there. All right. Let me get these colors back right. Get this hue back to a normal hue there. There we go. All right. All right. Before I get into our first videos, I want to do shout outs. Listen, gents, I cannot do this channel without you. So every show I go through and do shout outs for everybody who comes through. Eventually, that this channel is going to be so big that I may not be able to get to all your comments, but I'm definitely going to try. I am grateful for each and every one of you guys, and I can't do it without you. Thank you to everyone who always donates super chats or cash apps, because everything that you guys send to this show, I put right back into the show. I put right back into the channel, right? All the money that pays for this channel goes to help funding this channel. Okay. So I'm not making the big bucks. I'm not doing any of that. I enjoy these talks. I enjoy having these live streams, and I enjoy having you guys here. And I hope you guys appreciate the videos that I put out. I try to make them, somewhat putting on game, but at the same time, make it entertaining, because you guys give me your time. So I'm going to try to give you my best. All right. Let me see who's in here tonight. Look like I have a long way to go. God dang, you guys hit this. Shout out to Jock Wilkins. Go check out Young and Grown. What is it? youngandgrown.com. Go check him out. Go over to his channel, and he has all that stuff there. This dude is my brother there. That's my brother right there. I'm telling you. He's like, let's get it. The gents can't wait. Of course. My brother Lucis in the house. Thank you very much for being here. Here's another one of my brothers here. Man, y'all, all my brothers up in here. My God, man, all my people's up in here. Bruce Rain is up in here. Another brother I talk to all the time. What'd you say? The thumbnail is classic. Yeah, I got to make classic thumbnails, bro. Bruce says salute to the chat. We got brother Ennis in the house. Thank you. Say, yo, buddy, was good. Nothing much, man. Tell y'all tonight what I used to say back in the day. What's the drink of the night? This is a J-Mo Neat. So I figured if I was going to have a show talking about Kevin Samuels, then I wanted to be able to channel the Kevin Samuels with the little, how he did. He had his little sip. So the drinks of the night is J-Mo and water. Okay. Oh, that first one didn't go down as easy as I thought. All right. Thank you for being here. We got Carl in the house. He said, hey, bro, what's up, brother? Good to see you as always, Carl. Thank you so much. Just Takina, it definitely is not. Oh, I'm assuming you mean that the content is going downhill on some of these channels. I agree. Bro, yeah, I knew what you meant. I could already read between the lines, brother. I've been doing this for long enough. All right, got some what's happening. Jock says, y'all get them likes up. Please do me a favor. hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I try to do this every Wednesday. I haven't even been to bed yet, you guys. I've been up since, y'all don't even want to know. I've been up that long. I stayed up to make sure I did this. You say, well, how does he have so much energy? Man, I got energy because I am ready to go. As Jock said, I'm ready to make this thing go. We got Gabriel Meth. The assumption is wrong. There was never a lot of content creators worth-ish. Well, you know, you're right. I mean, well, that's an opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I think look, there's obviously lots of content creators out there, okay? And this is something I meant to say in my opening monologue there, Gabriel. But listen, not trying to step on any toes in terms of whatever, but I'm not a religious man, I'm a spiritual man, and I do understand what the word says, okay? Even though, you know, if I walked into a church right now, I'd probably snap on fire right now, okay? If I walk through them doors, okay? But the Bible says, or the word says, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good, okay? So, listen, if I say something on here and you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it, or go look it up yourself or whatever. But, you know, again, you know, I try to give you guys game on what I've learned. Okay. Again, I don't claim to be perfect. I don't claim to be the next savior. You're right. I'm one of your brothers. I'm your uncle. I'm your friend. I ain't gonna say stepdaddy. I ain't trying to do that. But I'm whatever, right? I'm in that age range. I've seen the ages of everybody watch. You know what I mean? I could be somebody's nephew. I could be somebody's son. We have a wide variety of age ranges, but predominantly the age ranges that watch this channel, the predominant age ranges, 52% of the channel is from ages 25 to 44. 52% of the channel is between those age ranges. So you're talking about covering a large swath of people. You're talking about the very end of Gen X, and then you're talking about all the way down to where's Gen Z at? Are they 25 yet? I don't know yet. Or it'd be like the late millennials, right? Not the elder ones, the late millennials, something like that. So we have a lot of people that cover on this channel. Hell, 18 to 25 is already like 18% of the channel, 18% of the channel. So, you know, I'm talking to a large swath of dudes here. So listen, there might be a lot of channels that may not be right. But again, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good, right? Are those people consistent in what they talk about? What is their life experience? I talk about my life experience all the time on this channel. I give you guys stories and anecdotes. These are things you have to look out for, okay? Because people will tell you what you want to hear, but what's their motive? I have nothing to lose. I could shut down this channel today and my life would be fine, right? I kick back. Matter of fact, the channel is what made me come back to the States to grow this channel some more, right? To grow this channel bigger, to get the voices out there, to make this platform just a little bit bigger for the gents, all right? So thank you, Gabriel, for being here. I appreciate you. Carl says, hey, Bruce. Just Akina, yeah, he had big plans. Yes, he did. Godfather was definitely about to take it to the next level. Gabriel says the few that were worthwhile all had their talking points cribbed by Kevin Samuels. Well, you know, that's the other thing. Gabriel, you actually brought up a point that I forgot about. I've been watching some brothers and I think they mean well. But you remember when Kevin Samuels was always on I don't like doing a lot of Kevin Samuels videos. If you even look at the ones that I've done, it's very selective. I might use a clip to emphasize a point, but I do that with everybody's content. But something I'm starting to see right now that the Godfather has passed, you are starting to see more men basically playing like 18, 10, 15, 20 minutes worth of Kevin Samuels videos on their channel with little commentary, right? With little original thought of their own. Kevin Samuels will make these whole big ass points, and then they'll be like, yeah, you know, I really feel that. You know what I mean? You could see what he was talking about there. Yeah, yeah. But let's continue. Like, you didn't add any value by saying you just agree. How do you think? How can I prove what you think if you're not speaking? If you let him do all the talking and you don't have any original thoughts of your own, or you're not willing to elaborate on your thoughts on it. Because just because Kevin Samuels say something don't mean I necessarily agree with everything. But I will say that I can understand. And we're going to talk about some of that stuff tonight. Okay? So I mean, seriously, like, it's starting to pop up in my feed. Like, there's multiple channels using large portions of Kevin's content with little dialogue in between. It's like these long runs. Go look at my videos. Yeah, I might have like my longest runs might be like 2 minutes, but I'm cognizant of it. If I left 2 minutes of talking in between video clips, I did that on purpose, because whatever I had to say in between, I was trying to cover all my points. But what do I do so you're not bored in those points? I give you pans, I give you zooms, I give you different things so your eye is always moving. So you're not just listening to 2 minutes a run and nothing else is going on. But these dudes is letting Kevin's videos just play all the way out. And then they'll talk a little bit, and it was like, yeah, that's real cool. You know, Kevin was right about that. Let's continue. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I wanted to bring that up. Thank you, Gabriel, reminding me of that. Hey, Bruce, he had big plans. Gabriel says, like Dr. T. Hassan Johnson. Oh, he calling him out, bro. What the heck? Thank you all for joining tonight. Be sure to smash that like button, just like Bruce said. Wipe your feet off the door. What y'all sipping on tonight? Let me know down in the comments what y'all drinking on tonight. Maybe y'all don't have a little sip like me, but it's all good. Just Takina says, I think women are more honest to other women. Listen, when I made that talk earlier about Pearl and, you know, some of the other female content creators on here, I'm not saying that they're not needed. Listen, think about all the major wars. Wars are won when you have other people from the other side that are willing to fight for your cause. Okay? When you have able to get intel from the other side to be able to help you as an ally in that cause. And even if it's not from the other side, getting unlikely allies to be able to help you win the war is the wars that actually got won, right? So we need women to speak up to other women, because if a man says it, right? Some women just lose their crap. And they still will call the women who talk about these things pick-me's. But you still need women to be able to talk to women so they can be able to relate more, if that makes sense. Okay? Just like they tried on the flip side, right? When you had when women were running the talk shows and dominating everything, what did they do? They got some sensitive ass dude to come on and be like, hey guys, you guys need to get in touch with your inner child and your inner feelings, and you guys are being too manly and it's too toxic. They got some dude to come over to try to say that to men. And it's not saying men don't need to talk about their feelings, but I make it clear on this channel that if you're going to talk about your feelings as a man, you need to talk about that crap with your boys, okay? That's what your boys are for. If they truly your boys, they going to listen. They going to tell you right. They going to hold you accountable, and they going to be there. If you ain't got that, what did Dave Chappelle say? Hey, everybody need a Mac Mittens in their group, right? You need a Mac Mitten, somebody that can just sit back and listen and make sure everything's all right. Give you that warm and fuzzy on the inside for the decisions that you're making. If you ain't got a Mac Mittens on your team, you know, just saying. I got Mac Mittens on my team, baby, okay? Men and scholars who most of you ninjas never heard of. All right, man, don't watch yourself now. This is a place for us to be able to discuss these things. You want to show off your intelligence? That's fine. Give the gents the info. Don't be like, y'all ain't never heard of him, okay? That's not how we roll here. He did have a stream deal, but unfortunately, we didn't get to be blessed by his next big opportunity. You're absolutely right, Lucis. We did not. Jock says, Takina, women lie to each other. They do that too. Yep. Takina says, I don't mind Pearl, but I get her saying what she is saying. Like people who are not black don't understand black mothers in a way that people who grew up with them do. That is true. That is true. Right? I mean, listen, you can make that case for any type of demographic, right? You're like, well, you don't know because of this. You don't know because of that. All right. It doesn't mean that people can't observe and say, look, at least from the outside, this is what I see. Now, if people make statements and act like they know better than people who've dealt with it, then that's kind of a problem. But to say, look, this has been my observation, that's completely different. If it wasn't made in that context, then it is a problem. All right. Preston, what up, my dude? He said, what up, Sean C. Pimp, a Lenny Pimp, the money trees. Preston always got the word. What's up, everybody? He says, all right, I'm trying to understand what your point is. All right, let y'all hash that out. Just Kenny says, and there is no men's spaces. Like if I try to imagine a man-only work environment would be so nice. You know, for a while, we actually had that, or at least I had that. He's like, well, how'd you have that, Sean? Like, I was on submarines and I worked with other, I worked in engineering, right? So I worked around other engineers and stuff like that. And they hadn't integrated women onto submarines. Just as I was getting ready to retire, they were starting to be like, well, really the first start of women getting on submarines started with officers. And that was in about 2012, which means I still had about 6 years left on my career. But they are now starting to integrate women onto that was just the big submarines, the boomer submarines. Then they went to the fast attacks. That was phased in once I was already on my shore duty getting ready to retire. So that was the last space that I can think of that was an all men's workspace. And let me tell you, there's good things about it, but I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like I like working around women. You know what I mean? I like working around competent women. I like working around competent people, period. End of story. Because I've worked around some incompetent men. And even in my civilian time working, I've worked around some competent women who've actually, like, when I switched careers and let me try this bartending thing out. You know, one of my closest and dearest friends, she taught me how to bartend. Right? So, well, I went to bartending school, but she was the one that honed my skills. So I'm appreciative of competent people. And that's all we're saying. Like, listen, I don't care if you work in this space. I don't care if you work in the same job as me, but don't complain about you're not getting this and that and you're not doing the same amount of work I'm doing. That's all I care about is equality and fairness. All right? I'm going to have to get to these videos soon. Let me set up the next one because y'all gonna go all day with those comments. All right, let me fast forward this. All right, so let me try to see if I can run through these comments real quick. I'm just gonna read through them. So, women really go after the money. I ain't got nothing against Pearl, but I will admit that she stepped in crap. But I'm not going to throw the girl in the garbage just for one incident. Girls, young man, cut her or break. Yeah, let me stop on that one. Listen, I just said earlier that she's not going to be perfect. I mean, what do you expect? She's like, 26 years old. You know, she's taken on, she's built this thing up to be really big. I don't know enough about her to make a judgment one way or the other. Have I seen videos she's put out? Of course. It's not like I'm blind to the internet, but I don't sit and just watch Pearl, and I don't sit there and be like, yeah, you know what? She's the poop. Would it be cool to have an interaction with her? Yes, but it's just as cool to have an interaction with MTR. It's just as cool to have an interaction with O'Shea Duke Jackson. It's just as cool to me to have conversations with a whole bunch of people. There's a young lady here in Vegas. is Tay Bebe. She lives here in Vegas. I would like to meet her at some point, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. But again, I'm not going to flare for it, but she does have to be careful because once you start getting bigger, you guys see it all the time here in the entertainment space. You can make one wrong comment. You can have your woman flip out in the car, and next thing you know, you no longer about to be Kang in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or something. You never know. You never know what's about to happen to you up in here. You never know. You just had one of the biggest opening weekends, and it's all cut short by accusations. You never know. So just like men have to watch out, the women in this space have to watch out too. But the thing is, men, or I wouldn't say men, but people are able to give women more of a pass when they make the mistakes. But if you as a man make the mistake, it's like, oh, I knew he wasn't no good. Look at him. Shifty-eyed it. He all shifty-eyed it. Bruce says, Preston Gore in the building. Welcome. First of all, I owe you gents and everybody apology for the last live stream. What happened on the last live stream? I don't even know. People should just correct her on the platform and have a debate or talk about it. You know what? That's cool too, man. But here's the only problem. The only problem with that is Pearl herself sometimes be like, she has this kind of, I don't care, this laissez-faire thing. Like, I'll just talk to anybody or whatever. It's like, no, man. Like you can't just talk to anybody. You need to vet people. When you get to her level, right? You don't think the Johnny Carsons and the Jon Stewarts and the Conan O'Briens and the David Lettermans, you don't think they vet people before they come up on the channel? You don't think they talk about what they're going to talk about ahead of time? It's common courtesy, first of all. And next of all, it protects you just in case somebody says something that will, people could try to hold you liable for. So when you get to her level of growth, you have to kind of be conscious of it. Listen, am I tripping on her? No. I just want to put it out there about us being careful about how we consume it, who we consume, how crazy we going over them, just keep it in mind. You know what I mean? And it says O'Shea and MTR, though. Damn, bro. They put Homegirl on the guillotine. Yeah, and I'm sure there was some showmanship in that. Look, I'm not going to fillet her. I really don't care because I have my own show to run. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have brothers that you're in the comments right now. I care about those brothers. I care about you, gents. I care about all of y'all in the comments right now. I care about everybody who's going to watch this later. I care about everybody who supports the channel, right? And I mean supports it genuinely, right? I got my own stuff to run. I have to try to keep myself on point to keep you guys interested in watching and keep you guys, entertained and keep you guys with the good word. You know what I mean? So I ain't about to guillotine her. I'm not even about to guillotine Fresh and Fit because they're sitting on there and this dude say some stuff and it could catch you off guard. Like, who knows what they were going through in their mind? They should have shut his ass down. That is real. I ain't taking that back. But here's the thing. You made a mistake. Don't let that shit happen again. Right? Somebody come on there, you checking women all the time. You got to be able to check dudes too. Be like, yo, bro, you can't be talking like that. That's reckless, bro. Hold that dude accountable like you holding these women accountable. So that is true. I'm annoyed with that too. Bruce Wayne, what it do, crew? Preston says, get sick with it real shit. All good, fam. Hope you are too, Preston. Cardi B does that and do it without shame, and many women are like that nowadays. Kevin Samuels always did his show solo dolo. Fresh and Fit got to have a whole damn crowd of chicks surrounded at the table with them, and they still don't have half the subs Kevin had. You know what? I never even thought about that one. That's a good point. I like that Pearl talked to Kevin Samuels before, so she has an excuse to have a podcast and so on. She has an excuse to have a podcast regardless whether she talked to Kevin Samuels or not. You know, it's like, again, prove all things, hold fast to that which is good. She could have a podcast all she wants without Kevin. She could talk about Manosphere stuff without Kevin. It's up to you guys to be able to listen to what people talking about and take what you get from it. One thing you got to say about her show is that when women talk reckless, she checks them. So that is something that you got to have that's admirable about it, right? She's willing to check her own peers, her, you know, her own gender. And here you had Fresh and Fit come up, and you had this dude talking about, you know, doing bad things to women, and they didn't check him. Now, again, I don't know what was going through their head at that moment, but they should have checked that dude. I don't care how old he is, right? Especially saying something as reckless as that crap. God bless, Bruce. Hi, family. I appreciate you showing up. Well, I appreciate you all, especially up. Let's keep it somewhat classy. The algorithm is on us. I probably am already about to get this thing manipulated. I'm trying my best, though, to keep it PG. What to do about your mother and sister and females and family trying to use and manipulate and control you constantly? Sometimes, man, if you got people that's trying to control and manipulate and whatever, you can love your family, but ain't nothing say you got to be friends with them. And if you're a man, right? One thing my mom and my sister and the women in my family know, that you ain't gonna be able to tell me crap, right? I'm the one telling y'all. Matter of fact, I'm the example. Follow what I've been doing. Listen to what I'm saying. I've been pretty successful in my career and my life. Y'all need to be listening to what the hell I'm telling y'all. And I'm at the age now, I'm like, yeah, we ain't doing it that way. Yeah, I'm that dude now. So get to the point, and if the women in your family ain't listening to you like that, then guess what? Ain't nothing to say you got to be friends. You can love them, but you ain't got to listen to them. Okay? Let them know I love you, but I'm not your safety net. There you go. And then you go your own way and prove. See, Luce is always on that, man. Bruce says support the channel. Oh, yeah, we got the Cash App. Yep. Do I have the Cash App banner? I used to have that thing. All right, let me get that. There we go. And sorry, you guys. I'm a one-man show as well. So I just put the Cash App banner for a little bit. Again, I prefer you guys watching. That's the highest form of flattery. If you guys support the videos and support them for at least 50% of the video, you are helping me along with that like button and a comment. You know, I take that first and foremost above cash, but the cash also helps to keep the show going. So I appreciate it. Where we at? Oh, man, I see a lot of people. All right, I got to get to this video. All right, so let me take this off. Again, we have Cash App, and we also have the Super Chats, man. I appreciate you guys, man. All right, and make sure you hit that like button. If you just came into the door, my name is Sean C. Welcome. All right, so listen, Kevin Samuels got such a bad rap, right? Because the first thing is that really a lot of women just weren't used to a man going against what they've been told. And that narrative is that they're queens and they're 10s, and no matter what, they shit don't stink, all that stuff. And Kevin Samuels just held a mirror up and basically asked, he didn't just fillet them. He asked them, well, what do you want? He started it off by saying, you know, what's your name? How old are you? Okay, now he has a frame of reference. And then he's basically like, well, what is it you want? What is the outcome you're trying to desire right now? And these women would say, well, I'm looking for a high value man. Now the conversation changes because based upon, then he's going to ask more and more questions. And those questions just trying to ascertain where that woman is at in her life to be able to give her some real information. And the problem is women didn't like what they heard when he gave them the real. And then women got mad at him because he told it. So you're a woman, listening to him to talking to another woman, giving her the real deal, and you mad because he giving her the real. And that's because a lot of women aren't used to hearing from what real men got to say, dealing with without having dudes and dealing with these scrub pookie ass and ray rays. All right, so let's get to the video. First video clip or second video clip.
Women can say, I don't want no scrubs. You know, people could say, if he can't buy you a Birkin bag, kick him to the curb. But if I just happen to say that you weigh more than men at your height, that's offensive. When did we become that world?
Well, it's offensive for men who like a certain type of woman. Some men are into BBWs. There is a whole market for that.
Really?
Right?
Show me where the high value men, after their high value, go after BBWs as the norm.
That's a good point.
That's the
a good
point.
It's a damn good point.
I'm not going to argue that part.
We're so used to doing this PC kabuki dance that is confusing women. That's why do women call into my show? Because they've been told by so many charlatans, so many people telling them you can have it all, but then they go out into their world, they're in life, and they're like, I'm not getting the outcomes or results.
Notice everything I said. Notice everything I said. I laid out how Kevin Samuels lays out his narrative. What's your name? How old are you? Where you calling from? They would say all that. He matches their energy. What is it that you have for me tonight? Well, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm looking for a high value man. All right, ma'am. How tall are you? I'm 5'3". How much do you weigh? I weigh 200 pounds. What? Right? How many kids you got? Oh, I got 3 kids. But he got to be making over 6 figures. He got to be a high value man. Like, make that make sense. Make that make sense. The average weight of a man is somewhere around 165, I believe. The average weight of a man. And this woman weighs more than that. Now, look, this is not to knock my thick sisters out there. My thick women out there ain't to knock you. But notice what Kevin Samuels just said in that last one. If you're going to call for a high-value man, show me a situation where you have a high-value man that is talking to a woman who borderlines in the obese range or is in the obese range. She's got to be in the obese range. Hell, man, for my height, 6'3.5", when I would weigh in the military, if I was above 212 pounds, they had to we call it rope and choke. They had to put the little tape measure around my neck and the tape measure around my waist to make sure that I was in standard. So sometimes I'd lift weights and I get to about 216, right? And they would, or I used to, I'm not that weight anymore. Damn it. I don't know if I would be down that far again, but they used to put the tape measure around me when I started lifting weights around with my neck. And they trying to make sure that I meet the body, the BMI, the body fat percentage, or whatever the hell the calculation was, to make sure I wasn't obese per the military regs. Now, you telling me that if I'm 6'3" and I can't be above 212, you telling me a woman that's 5'3" can be 200 pounds and she's not considered obese? And women had a different scale. Our body fat percentages, our allowance was way different than women. They got up to like 23%, and I think 26% if they were if they had like a pregnancy or something. And with the men, we were like, I don't know, it was somewhere in the teens or something, right? And you still had dudes that couldn't pass it. So Kevin Samuels just held a mirror up to them based on what they asked for. He wasn't just trying to attack big women. He was trying to give them a realistic view of what their options are and not this fairy tale shit that shoved up everybody's keister. Damn, I haven't used that word in a long time. Keister. All right, let me get to a couple more of these comments before I get to the next video. Where we at? I want to make sure I don't miss it. Give this video a like, guys. Yep, just do what Jock says. Like the video. Let's get more people up in here. Hams Flight Kidbox, what up, bro? What's going on? How them birds doing, man? Let us know down in the comments. Make sure you go check out that brother's channel. Lucy says, Kevin Samuels and Fresh Fit were homies, and Kevin Samuels did challenge them at times. But consider Fresh Fit's target audience is not the same as the core Kevin Samuels audience. True statement. Kevin Samuels is trying to rebuild the black community. Fresh Fit is for incels. That is excellent point. Lucis always comes off the top turnbuckle with that elbow, man, and hits you right square in your damn head. I do apologize because my writing, I felt like, was a bad case of sloppy toppies, crouching tigers, drunken monkeys, dirty, dry moppy. God dang, Preston, you with them damn tongue twisters, bro. I like it. All right. Profit off the man's death. Kaplan's at his finest. Yeah, a lot of people are, man. A lot of people are. Their whole channels are based upon his videos, man. The whole damn thing. Axe grinding in the background. What up, Still Saint? Thank you for being here, brother. Live life with no regrets. With no more regrets. Yeah, man. Don't listen, I always say, learn from the past, plan for the future, but live in the present. All right. Philip D. Redden Jr. in the house. Man. That's because I don't have my little sound thing yet. What it do, shipmate? Nothing much, brother. No one is truly watching Kevin Samuels' full video like they should, and that's a crime. And you know what? And Kevin Samuels would bring it up to these women, Philip. He would always say, look, you've only watched a small snippet of my content, and you're coming at me. Did you see what this woman said before? Did you see the energy I gave her at first? I was respectful and whatever, and she came with me with this rude energy? Or you didn't hear the context of what I said? You only heard a little snippet because people snip your content and take it out of context? That is the problem with being on these type of platforms. I'm sure you could take a snippet of what I said and make a lot of stuff I say bad, you know? But again, you got to watch, you know? Thank you all for joining us this evening, morning, afternoon. Be sure to hit that like button when you get a chance. I love that my people still keeping it going. Everybody in the building, pimping. I love it too, man. Prayer, Made, partner. 100%. Thank you for being here. Trey Felder, love yourself first. Absolutely. Can't love somebody else till you love yourself. Facts. Jay's Randomness Channel, thank you for being here. Sean C., I'm back for round 2. That's what I'm talking about, brother. I appreciate you for watching the video earlier, my brother. Thank you for being here and thank you for the support. Trev T., thank you for being in the house. American women want too much. When they trash, you got 3 kids by 2 dudes. You trash. No dudes want that if they hardworking with no children and single. Yeah. So from what you're saying is they will say, hey, if you go on these dating apps, if you haven't been on a dating app in a while, go on a dating app and look through it. These women will be like, I'm looking for this. They got all these requirements. Plus, I got 2 kids and they come first. And if you don't like that, then they got the little finger pointed to the to the left, right? Your side of this, your left. All right. They like swipe left, or my kids come first. You got to respect that, or we come as a package deal, and and you got to be completely monogamous with me, even though I've already popped out 2 kids. I saw a profile once with a young lady saying that I have she said I got an 18-month-old kid, and she says, I understand. This is what she literally wrote. I understand that is a deal breaker for some men, and that's okay with me. I was like, damn, that was hella respectful. She understands. So she not out here like, take it or leave it. If you don't like a woman with kids, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. What kind of benefit does a single man get from that crap? But anyway. Yep. You 6'3"? Nah, bullshit. You serious? Yeah, I'm 6'3", bro. Matter of fact, let me break it down in engineering terms for you. I'm 6'3", 75, 76 inches, or 191 centimeters. Go ahead and plug that into your calculator. Don't worry. I'll wait. No cussing. I'm trying not to, bro. That man stays sitting down at energy. I do. Yeah, I'm 6'3", 230, 233 pounds. It fluctuates, been fluctuating. I'm trying not to hit 240, 250 again. That's my goal. So I don't know if it's the camera's light I'm using Oh, what? But you don't look 6'3". I guarantee you I am, brother. Still was dunking a basketball 5 years ago, but not so much anymore. I am the same height as Steph Curry, which is hard to believe. Where we at? It jumped on me. Preston says money comes, but family and friends and the people you truly love are forever. Facts. KOK Manitos. Peace to the chat. What's going on? Speak Spanish now. This brother just had a live stream. If you want to learn Spanish and you want to learn from a brother that's going to make it easy, fun, and fast for you, please go out to this brother's channel, Speak Spanish Now. Bruce, if you're still in the house, make sure you drop the link to Speak Spanish Now for me, please. All right. Fresh and Fit stay with women on because they know what they look like themselves. Nobody will watch that crap without women on the screen. They know what they're doing. That's a good point. And I think them having the women has allowed them to have some sit-down chats with just men too, because they've built up sort of a reputation for their channel. Salute. Saludos. Karma definitely don't like drama and jealousy. Don't like ugly and silly. Don't like stupidity. Preston, you're on it again tonight. That's the hilarious part, is that they're on Tinder and they're talking about what they're not about. Okay. Tinder is of the devil. Man, all I could think about right there when I said that is, what's that movie, Waterboy? Foosball is the devil. Oh my God. I can't believe I just started that. What I meant was that you live to be something that you want to be. Be someone that you want to be and not what society labels you for what you should be. Absolutely, Preston. And that is exactly the way I live my life, man. I wouldn't be doing this. Look, man, I could be doing engineering right now. And I could be, right now at this point, I'd probably be making over $250,000 right now. Easy. Because 5 years, yeah, easily, right? With overtime and all that stuff. But I chose a different path because I want to do my own thing, man. And I've been doing this now for 2.5 years. It'll be 3 years at the end of summer, at the end of July or June or July. What month is this? Oh my God. I'm coming up on my 3rd year on this channel, you guys. Oh my God. Hit that like button for 3 years. Man. All right. See, I got to get better, man. That's what I got this clock in my head saying, bro, you got to get better at the 3-year mark. You can't be doing 3 years. And you need to be pushing this thing. Jay says, I'm 6'2", 225 here. That's a good weight, good height, man. It's a good weight, good height, man. That's a big wide receiver, though. You're a big-ass wide receiver. We need that on the Saints, man, if y'all see my Saints stuff in the background. All right? Bruce says 6'1". Don't worry about the weight. Don't worry, Bruce. I know you're working on it, brother. Trying to keep it on lock. 50 is right around the corner. You know what, Jay, man? Roll with it. One of my big brother, he turned 50. We went to Colombia for his 50th. And I told him, I said, man, like I say on my show all the time, live your best life. All right. We got to get on to this next one. Foosball. Yeah, he got it. Yeah. All right. Do I got it right? Being yourself is a narrative all on its own. You know what, man? Let me tell you guys how appreciative I am. It took me, of the 5 years I've been retired, it's taken me a good 3-ish for me to really settle into who Sean is again. Because no matter, it's not to say I was being phony, whatever, but I'm saying, like, you're talking about 3 different stages of my life. There's me from birth to 19, from 19 to 38, about to turn 39, and then where I'm at right now, 5 years later, right? So that, this is 3 different stages of my life. And then listen, in 20 more years or 17 or 15 more years, there'll be another pivot in my life. You know what I mean? Or who I am and where I'm at. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm enjoying this go round. Love it. The price of nuts, you buy nuts, you eventually go nuts. That's funny. All right, let me get this next clip going because we got a lot to get through and I don't want to press on them. Kevin Samuels does all the work
God
here.
forbid your husband will
My goal isn't to reinvent the wheel. You guys have heard it, but I kind of, part of this is not just delving into everything that Kevin Samuels talk about, but part of it is a tribute, because when he died, man, I did make a video about it. Now, I wasn't that big. I was growing, but I wasn't that big at the time. And so I said my little piece. It got a few views, but I had to give him my piece, man. I did. I had to give my flowers, because Kevin Samuels online reminded me of the old dudes around the neighborhood in New Orleans, man. Like, they was always trying to put you on game. And even though some of them you were like, what you gonna tell me? You can even learn from a fool. Even if you learn not to be like that fool, there's a lesson to be learned from everything if you really look for it, But Kevin was putting dudes on game like the old folk used to put on us, that I remember getting put on game coming up. You know what I mean? It's those type of things that I believe helped me to survive being in the hood, helped me survive being a latchkey kid, helped me survive in some tough situations, So y'all don't even know some of the things, man. And then my mom would be at work. I didn't even tell her certain things so she wouldn't be scared. You know what I mean? I remember one time, like me and my partners had to walk to the store together, man, because there was these dudes that would just come and jump people going to the store, And here it is, we like 10 and 12, man, 13, walking in the store together because we ain't trying to get jumped by these, older dudes, right? There was this dude, real quick story. There was this dude named Tiger, right? And many a days, right, through high school, somebody would have some beef, and then we'd hit the bus stop, and Tiger be waiting at the bus stop. And soon as the person got off the bus, Tiger would just pretty much, it was pretty much a grown man whipping on a kid, right? Just pummeling a kid. And I got into it with his niece or something, and she like, I'm gonna call my cousin Tiger. And I was like, call that brother. Call him. I ain't scared of no Tiger, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to figure out how to get sick for school, but I couldn't miss, right? I couldn't miss the day. I was like, oh my God, it's about to be a Friday event, bro. It's about to be a Debo event going down, man. I was like, man, Tiger been to juvie. We got this juvenile center down in New Orleans called Revard. Tiger dropped out of school, had went to Revard, had been there, got out, a grown man. He was destined for jail at some point. I knew he was going to poke somebody at one point, like shiv somebody. It was coming, man. Tiger was on his way to shiving somebody, man. And thank God he did not show up. Jesus. Tiger was about to put somebody there. Wait, let me see what y'all talking about. Wait. Bars. Oh, the other thing I said, yeah. Please keep it real. Fat is fat. Sean, stop sugarcoating things. You're right about that. My bad. Tiger Moonstone. I don't know what his last name was. Tiger. He was going to put them paws on you. Yeah, right? Tiger was going to put them At your age, bro, you keep yourself up, man. I bet your people stay chasing them girls off you, bro. Tyrone vibes for sure. Not anymore. Not anymore. Before I forget, honestly, man, you get into your mid-40s, man, and you're kind of like, I like people that like me. And if a woman truly likes you or truly has love or affection for you, she shows you. You ain't got to chase after her. You ain't got to be like wondering why she don't call. You ain't got to do none of that stuff. She gonna show you. And if I don't get that, I don't like that. That's just the way I am. I'm not chasing no more. Because nothing, what have I said on this channel before? Nothing is more important than your peace. And my peace is at a premium because I've dealt with so much hell. I want peace. I just want peace. And even if I'm getting disturbed in any type of way, you're disturbing my peace, I can't roll with that. And that's where I live at. I want my peace. All right, let's get this next clip going. We've been talking for a minute.
God forbid your husband would come on tomorrow and say, I want a divorce. He serves your papers and you divorce inside of 90 days. Would you keep those 60 pounds on?
No,
Why?
because I got to get back out there, I guess.
Oh, damn. So basically you're telling your husband is because the price for you staying in this marriage is me having this additional 60 pounds. But if you were to leave me, I'd lose it.
Man. Now, what does Bruce always put? Bars. Matter of fact, I'm going to find that comment again. Where is it at? I think I missed it. I think I went over it. Where is it at? Bars. Okay, bars. All right. So, check it out. Yeah, I wouldn't be too worried about it now. He probably not even alive anymore. Or he probably in jail on a lifetime bid. But anyway, we'll talk about Tiger later. But here's the thing about what Kevin Samuels just talked about. My goal, like I said, I actually have more clips of him talking to us, holding us men accountable. The only thing you hear is like, oh, he's so mean to women. He's so mean, right? At the end of the day, Kevin was put men on their butt too if they're not doing what they're supposed to do, which is why I purposely put more of those clips in here than him talking about women. But in this particular one, I just want to highlight that this is the kind of things that women would get mad about. This woman said that she would, if she divorced her husband, she would lose the 60 pounds. He asked her why. Because she got to get back out there. She got to go look good. See, you'll put that effort out there to go look good for somebody else, but you can't do it for your husband. You can't do it for your husband. Oh, man, you are not exempt at all either. You cannot be sitting up in the house with your woman talking about she a roly-poly and she need to get up out there and you ain't working on yourself. That's hypocritical, right? We talk about double standards all the time. Do not be that dude. We like, you don't even look the same no more. Like, Ninja, please, you on the couch looking like a get in my belly. You looking like that dude, looking like, oh, broke down Fat Albert or something, and you trying to tell your woman she got to look like a supermodel. Get the hell out of here, man. You are the man of the house. You are the leader. You want to get your woman in shape? Get your ass to that gym and start looking good. Get your ass to that gym and start looking good. You hold her accountable. And if she don't want to be held accountable in that way, when you start getting that attention from looking good, watch she change her tune. What's that workout program you on? You on that slim slow, huh? You on that slim slow. You on that slim slow. But we have to be the examples, man. We want to lead our house. We want to talk about being the man and receiving femininity. What are certain things that we got to do too? Right? Got to keep our tempo right, man. Except when I'm putting this damn booze in it. All right. Where we at? Let me jump real quick. Chosen 1997. Man. Good year. Call Tiger TSG. Yeah, like I said, man, he probably doing a live bid right now. But at that time, let me leave that up for a second. Thank you for the $10 super chat, man. Much grateful, man. Again, everything that y'all give goes to the channel, man. Seriously though, pays for all these services here. Trust me. When I was gonna face Tiger, I was a junior in high school. So when I went to the Navy, I was 6'2", 171 pounds. So my junior year, I was probably about 6'1", 6'2", 165 pounds, right? 100 or maybe 106. No, probably about 165 because I had lost a little weight. So, all right. So yeah, man, I was skinny as hell back then, man. I was skinny as hell. That is crazy. Wait a minute. I was 172 pounds when I went into the military. I left the military at 208 pounds. So what, 36 pounds I gained. And now I'm about 230, 233. Let's say 230. I'm going to round it down. Like that, I rounded it down. God dang, man. So I didn't gain, what, 58 pounds? Well, to be fair, I could bench a lot more now. I bench over 300 pounds. So, like, couldn't do that back in the day. It was no, I'd have broke, my arms would have stacked like two twigs. Where we at? Tiger was so blood raw, he ain't have no last name. Yeah, he was like Debo, man. He was Debo in our neighborhood. Right? Tiger can pound sand and lose his land. Man, Preston always with the rhymes. I love it, baby. Chosen says, this is T-Mac, by the way, TSG. Oh, snap. I should have known the 1997 one. All right, cool. T-Mac, man, thank you very much. I actually used to have the 79 one. Nice. All right, T-Mac, man, good seeing you. This is one of the biggest supporters I got here, man. T-Mac always supports the channel. Lucy's got to say what's up to T-Mac. There you go. Salute. Thank you all for joining us. Preston Tiger's obviously smoking delusional idiocy while snorting society's stupidity. Man, Preston, man. I live for Preston's rhymes, man. I seriously do, man. T-Mac said, Chosen says, these modern women do get their hair and nails done for their nails done for their man. They don't or do? I'm assuming you say don't. They got to get that attention from other dudes. Oh, okay. So it's don't. Yep. Preston says, how much Krispy Kreme frosting on these people snorting? How are these people snorting? Nah, it Chosen. These modern women get hair and nails done to flex on their fellow modern women. They don't care about their men. Nope. Sounds like me. I was a beanpole back in school. Yeah, man. I mean, I played ball and everything, bro. I agree, Lucis. Modern women showing up for modern women. All right, let's get to the next one, man. I don't want to hold these clips up because I want to give us some more. I want to give us more time to be able to talk. The reason you can't. Again, I'm not going to try to like overdo Kevin Samuels tonight. I do think of this as almost a legacy. This is my acknowledging the Godfather tonight, man. I didn't get a chance to do it a week ago, and the month of March is almost up. So this is my tribute saying that we need to get back to real shit, man. And we really need to get back to just be careful who y'all follow, man. You know what I mean? Not everybody worth your time. And maybe I'm not worth your time, and that's okay, but I tries, man.
The reason you can't get any quality ass, the reason you can't keep a bitch, the reason you can't hold the woman, the reason you can't knock a bitch is because you don't look like a goddamn man. You look like a fucking child. You carry yourself like a fucking child.
Well, that's monetization right there.
Shit. I look at some of you dudes' profile pictures and I laugh. If you got a shirtless profile picture, put on a goddamn shirt.
Wow, what a way to end that one, huh? Listen, I'm not going to tell y'all how to do y'all profile pics, man. I'm sure that if you have them, you know, like, I mean, I did a video on that a long time ago, but I hit that thing a long time ago after that. I did a video on profiles. This is when I first started, but I did it based on like what they're noticing from the data, man. And so I thought that would be back in the day, or, you know, early on in my YouTube journey, I thought that'd be a good video for dudes. But I realized the game was totally different, man. I was fighting with a musket, man. And out here, man, you need them hollow points or something, man. We tried. Yep. All right. Look, the biggest thing I want to just stress about what Kevin Samuels said in the last clip is at a certain point, man, if you're not getting the results you need, like, I can't wait till I actually start putting up more videos of me going out because I dress up. I love being in a suit. I'm not always in a suit. I like doing just the button up, you know, my Chelsea boots, you know what I mean? nice pants, whatever with it, whatever. I like being clean, man. You know what I mean? So, that's why my fade clean. I go out, man. I gotta make sure I keep up appearances, man. You know what I mean? So, at some point, man, if you're not getting the results that you want, then you got to be willing to make the changes. But if you're okay where you at, be okay where you're at. But at some point, we men back in the day used to, what I used to respect about men back in the day? Men back in the day, back in the 50s and the 60s, brothers had on suits, man. They went everywhere in suits, man. Dudes or nice slacks, whatever, or at least those button-ups with the big ass fucking wing collars and stuff, right? Brothers did that. And I really liked it when brothers were wearing suits everywhere. I loved that. Loved it. So, or maybe that was just the Nation of Islam. I don't know. But anyway, neither here nor there. Man, if you got to dress. Sometimes if you go into a job, you got to dress for the part. You know what I mean? So, got to dress for the part. All right, what's the next clip? All right, Kevin is about to oh, damn, he about to roast on this young man. All right. Person says, Luce is in the house. What's up, the true killer? All right, we're about to get to this next one. Now, I brought this clip up. Kevin keeps the same energy with men, and that is very important for everyone to understand, okay? If you're a woman watching this, the dudes already know about it. But if you're a woman and you don't know much about Kevin Samuels, you're only watching a small clip. But this dude started out talking to men because he wanted to make men better. And he realized he had to grow the platform. So he branched out and started talking to women. Right now, I'm not at that point. But one day, we shall overcome.
I'm unemployed. I just started a business. And the only one I got behind me is my girlfriend. And I don't want to
Hold on.
Oh, stop the press.
You invested all your money into starting this business?
Basically, yeah. I used to be a
And you're unemployed?
driver.
And you're unemployed?
Yes, sir. I kind of sacrificed everything to get one.
Hold on.
Okay, my bad.
How long have you been doing this business?
Y'all smash that like button.
I just started. And
what does that mean? What does that mean?
Listen, this dude is living with his girlfriend. He's unemployed, but he got his own business. He just started it. Do y'all see where this is about to go? Let's continue.
3 months. 3 months
And
ago.
you've been unemployed for how long?
Ooh, close to almost a year. It's been kind of hard to get everything together.
You've been unemployed for a year, and I've only had this business for 3 months, and you making it seem like, oh my God, ain't this like a lot of people nowadays? Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. No, you are self-employed.
What city do you live in?
I moved from Birmingham, Alabama to Houston, Texas.
This is unacceptable.
Yeah, I know.
I hope you didn't come here looking for sympathy.
Oh, no.
Do you have both your limbs?
Yes, sir.
Then why don't you have a job?
Because all right, so long story short, I used to be
no long story. Dude, you're 29 years old.
Excuses.
Saying I'm a freight broker and I've invested.
No, I'm 27.
27, whatever. You've used words like invest in business. You're unemployed living off your girlfriend.
Now, I use stock options, but I made good money off stock options, but at the same time, I lost a lot of money.
Ain't this crazy, you guys? 1 second, let me grab my other pen.
It kind of helped out too, so it's kind of been like some stock options from that and some money too.
How much you earning a month?
Ooh, shit, about under 1,000. Depending on how.
Then don't tell me damn thing about stock options. Negro, you need a job.
Yes, sir.
Get off YouTube, get off Instagram, get off TikTok, get off your ass and go to fuck to work.
Yeah, this video ain't getting monetized.
Yes,
send in those cash outs, people.
No, ain't nothing else to say. And she must not have a daddy. Because if she had a daddy, no, he can't be about shit because he couldn't be around my damn daughter.
I mean, I'm the one that.
I don't want to hear it.
Kevin didn't get enough credit for that. See, because women only watch those sound bites and clips, but they never saw him holding men accountable. Get a damn job. You sound ridiculous. That young man, and I hope he got his stuff together. But I hope this young man got his stuff together, because at the end of the day, you should be in your 30s, should be your career years. Okay, he's at the end of his 20s, and you ain't got a job. Let me tell you something. When I got out of high school, I could not wait. I'd already been working since I was like, actually, if you count all my side hustle, I've been working for a long time, right? I was cutting grass for money. I was drawing on people's pants legs and shirts, because I used to draw really well, like really well, right? Everybody thought I was going to be doing that at some point. But I used to draw on one side of people's jeans. I would draw whatever. Remember when the Looney Tunes used to have the backwards hats, and then they had the cross colors backwards or whatever, and they was wearing the gold chains? Or I would draw like black Bart Simpson with like the gold chains and like in like a baseball jersey with the backwards cap, saggy jeans, high top sneakers. I used to get paid by like the dudes in the neighborhood that had money. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But them dudes would come to me, and I'm talking about like I was young, because somebody saw I did it on a couple of people pair of jeans, and they said, "Yo, who do that?" And then who been doing that around this neighborhood? And so the word got back to my people, and they were like, "Yo, they got some dudes that want you to do a couple, pants. How much you gonna charge them?" At the time, I'm a little kid. I'm thinking like, I wasn't stupid. I was like, well, markers are gonna cost me this much, blah, blah, blah. Tell them $20, whatever, right? And then, they would hit me up with the 20. And sometimes they'd give me a little bit more, because them dudes had the wads in the neighborhood, if y'all know what I mean. And so I used to fix Nintendos, cut grass. And then eventually at 16, I got my first official job, right? So we did whatever we could to hustle. Like in New Orleans, we got a hustle mindset. Again, I could stop this damn YouTube thing tomorrow and I'm good. But I have a hustle mindset. This thing don't pay me nothing. Everything goes right back into it. But I have a hustle mindset. I'm a work on this thing like it is a major production, even though I could be better, But I'm gonna give y'all my best. I'm gonna give y'all the real. I'm gonna tell y'all the real. And again, I told y'all, I tell y'all about me, right? You want to judge what I'm telling you? What is that based on? I give y'all little snippets. If you listen, I'd let y'all know what go on in me. I tell y'all about the tigers in my life, right? I tell y'all these little stories so y'all know about what my come up was. I'm gonna tell y'all the whole thing right now, but you get little snippets of it if you listen long enough. But this young man was like, I'm living with my girl, but I got these stock options and the business I've been having only 3 months, but you know what I mean? I got them. Get off your ass and work. And that was the best advice that dude Kevin could have gave that young man, because, I'm going to go back to scripture again. The word says, if a man don't work, he shall not eat. Right? And there's a reason for that.
You shouldn't have had a woman.
There's a reason for that. Because that's what we do. It's what the hell we do. Where we at? God damn, I missed that. Delusion. Yeah, he's delusion. Facts. I missed some things. You can't make sense of stupidities and competencies, idiocies, lonely trigonometry. The older we get, the smaller the circle gets. Absolutely. Eventually, excuses become people's exit. Can't sit at the kids' table your entire life. Facts. Juan, thank you for being here. Drawing some dollar signs. Man, look, we used to draw whatever they asked for on those damn jeans, bro. I used to do it all, bro. Like once people saw that, it was a phase, but it made me some cash for a little bit, so I can't be mad at it. I'm an artist too. I know what you mean. I'm trying to start my own business in painting and drawing. And then do it, man. Just like you said, do it. If it makes you happy, do it, bro. Women hated on being held accountable by Kevin Samuels, but women don't care about men, so they never watched Kevin Samuels destroy male weakness. No, they didn't, Lucis. They did not. They only took those clips where it struck them at a nerve. They never worried about what he said about the dudes. All right? Jay, that was all the rage back in the 90s. See, I just told on myself. Cross colors. Man, as a teenager, man, I went and watched Chris Cross in concert. And I was like, the Mac Daddy make you jump. Anyway, draw the money, homies. All right. We got another one coming for you up on here on the press. We're going to keep this thing rolling.
You shouldn't have had a woman pregnant that didn't want to marry you. Not a good position.
Yeah.
But that's the position you find yourself in. I'm going to give you some practical advice. What does she do for a living?
Hold on, Lucis.
She's an artist.
Holy call the lead attorney, get custody of your kid. You're
We live together.
Oh,
so.
no.
I don't give a You're an artist that didn't want to marry you. And then she got pregnant. And you're going to be a 6-figure plus earner.
Oh, no. Oh,
That's right.
Yeah, you're done. Wrong hand. You done, son.
Bruh.
You done, son. You are done. 6-figure earner, artist, woman with his kid. She didn't want to marry him. Cha-ching. Who was talking about them dollar signs earlier? Who was that? Juan? Drawing some dollar signs. That's exactly what happened in that last clip. That woman drove them dollar signs. She's going to draw them all the way to the bank. And she's going to take half of this dude crap. All right? Who says, gotta bounce. Great show. Rest in peace to the Godfather. Facts. Without Kevin Samuels, we wouldn't have the Manosphere. Neither would black men have a voice. Thank you, Kevin Samuels. And I want to second that motion. Thank you for being here, Lucis. Thank you for lending your voice to this channel for a while now, man. And thank you for being my brother in arms in this. And thank you for your support. I appreciate you. You have a great night, and I'll see you on the next one, all right? Preston says, that's exactly what I'm talking about, Lucis. Straight truths. He dropping them, bro. I told you, Lucis dropping them damn WWE elbows, man. Someone cry me a river to those losers. Facts, man. Facts. All right. I forgot to mention, we also streaming to Facebook at the same time. I totally forgot about that. I forgot I did that tonight.
I make 100.
All right, we got another one. Hot on the presses. Here got another one. Let's see what this dude says to Kevin.
I make 150,000. I'm an only child raised by a single mom. I'm paying for mom's condo right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you go on dating apps, you get nothing. And I go out to the mall. I feel like I got some style. I got,
Well, let me stop you right here. I'm telling you, the way you're coming across already is beta.
Beta.
What woman wants to date a man who's paying his mom's condo?
She's 65. She don't have any money. What am I supposed to do?
Hey, that's not what I asked. Now, is it? Look, General, you need to understand something. Just when I ask these women these questions, they have that same feeling too. What are you supposed to do? Live like you're living. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm telling you, you're not coming across as a man who's at 36 who's living for him.
Beta.
You're in a rock between a hard place because your mom mismanaged her life. So now you're stuck with her.
The scenario was she had some cash, so she put the down payment down, but I had the income, so I co-signed on her loan.
Where's her husband?
I don't know my father.
Okay. Your mom mismanaged her life, so now you're stuck with it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
this and that's not what this show is really for. But see,
Oh, my bad.
This is what happens when guys become son husbands. No different than become mother-daughter scenario. The mothers end up ruining their kids' lives because they ruin their own life. You're 36 making 100. You should be living your own life.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be the first to say this is one of those instances that I slightly disagree with Kevin, but I understand where he's coming from. Yes, that man should be able to go off with all his income and live his life. And mom obviously did mismanage her life. And I do have an idea for one of my future episodes, and not that I'm about to tell you. Whenever I tell y'all on this, then I always have to make it, right? But one of the things, I have a whole bunch of clips. I guess a whole bunch of clips, but I have some clips that I want to, but when I tell y'all this, y'all don't watch the videos. So it kind of pisses me off a little bit, but maybe that's on me, whatever. But one of the ideas for a show is I have some clips where you see how women do this damage to their kids. And actually, without even making the video, I have in the profiles of the day or the memes of the day, I actually have a meme that kind of goes in to what Kevin just talked about women who have mismanaged their life and then they expect their kids to bail them out. All right. So it's not fair if you're trying to live your life and do the best you can, right? And then you also have to take care of your mom. Now, listen, I ain't gonna lie. There's so much more I would love to do for my mom because I feel like the sacrifice she made, I don't give a damn what Kevin said. I owe that woman, and I only have a certain amount of time left with that woman. But she don't ever ask me for it. Like, she asks me for stuff every now and then, but for the most part, she do it on her own. Did she mismanage some things? Absolutely, she did. But I don't consider myself a mama's boy, but I do. Like, I love my mom. But if you heard us talk, it'd be kind of the way I'm talking to y'all right now. The way I've been talking to y'all the whole night is the way I talk to my mom. Except my mom uses a lot more curse words than I do, which is kind of hard to believe considering that after I left her house, I went to the Navy where we curse like sailors. I don't know how that's possible, but me and my mom be having a good time, right? And every now and then we might spark up a little bit together and we be laughing and joking and she be cooking and it just be a good time. Good time, okay? Me and mom be kicking it, okay? Now this last video, let me see where you go. Preston says, yes, Sean, do carry the one and add up the dum-dums acting like they're drunk off of coke and and that's exactly why I say that these people are definitely smoking stupidities, loony, wacky baloney. Yeah, man, I agree. So this is the last video clip that I have. I have another video clip because I really want y'all's opinion on the last video clip. But this is the second and last video clip, but this is the last Kevin Samuels clip. And I chose this one because this is the parting words that I want to leave you guys with Kevin Samuels. On this channel all the time, I always talk about men, live your best life, right? I always talk about, and not just men, but I say gents, live your best life, right? Because I want women to live their best life too, but not in a way that women think, oh, I'm going to have hot girl summer. Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. It's not going to give you the fullness of life, okay? Things, material possessions in and of itself will never give you full and true happiness. Look at all these miserable ass people in Hollywood. Hollyweird, okay? But if you're living your best life where you're living a life that is giving you the outcome where you can truly be yourself. You could be a woman and bask in your femininity, and you can have that family. You can have that structure. And you, as you know, both men and women have that life where they're proud of, and you're raising kids that are in a stable, functional home. and you're able to weather the storm with each other, assuming that that's your end goal, to have someone truly be with somebody. That is my desire for all you gents out there. And if that's not what you desire, I rock with you anyway. Okay? But I want to leave y'all with Kevin Samuels' parting words.
I don't care how far you got into the novel. Get a new notebook, start a new story. Gentlemen, same thing. The stories apply to us too, just in a different way. But I will say, guys, we have to resist the urge. We got to resist the urge to fall back into that, what you want to do, what you like.
Right. Time to step it up, man. It's time to step it up. Can't do that. Done with that. Listen, we talk about modern women on the channel all the time, but like, stop being what you want to do. Stop being so passive. In today's modern society, there is no room for us men today to be passive. If you are with somebody or you want somebody, be the man. I say it all the time on this channel, be unapologetically masculine in that situation. If a woman can't deal with that, then she that's okay. She don't have to deal with it. But women, even the masculine ones, want men. They will settle for somebody they can push around, but that's not the dude that makes them tangle. It's not the dude that makes them happy.
I'll be her friend. We can't have it all together. I'll just orbit.
Stop that too. Right? Listen, I have a lot of female friends, but I'm not in their orbit. I'm not even trying to be in their orbit. Right? Like, if they really was coming at a brother, if they was really coming at me, then they would come at me. I told you I'm not chasing nobody. And then don't come later and be like, oh, I see it now. You was a good dude now. No. I respect the woman that came at me from the beginning. Showed me who she was from the beginning. Didn't figure it out later. She knew who I was and what my worth is. I respect that. I can respect that. But I'll be damned somebody gonna come along and be like, oh, I see it now. I see how you are now. Because your options then ran dry. I'm not trying to stay in any woman's orbit so that I can get chosen one day. I don't give a damn. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend. Any one of my female friends can call me. If they got a boyfriend, they can call me and they can try to pull that. Hey, why don't you come over and pull up? Where your dude at? Oh, I'm just saying, he around, but why don't you pull up? I ain't about to fall for that. I ain't trying to break up nobody's relationships. Younger Sean might have, but this Sean is not trying to do that. Look, I can own it. I've caused enough chaos and disorder. And not because I was trying to. A lot of the times that I caused it is because, man, I was hurt and trying to figure out the next stage of who I was. All the chaos I caused was because I was hurt. Somebody hurt me, and I tried to be on my own, and people wouldn't leave me alone. Preston had to pull one of yours, pull one of your little rhyming gigs, bro. But if you're just hovering in orbit, waiting for that chance, we're done with that. Don't wait for no chance. Just move on, man.
You're gonna go out like a man, 10 toes down.
10 toes down in the ground.
You're gonna go out like a man.
Hell yeah.
Because it is better on your psyche to know you went down like a man instead of like a bitch.
I'm gonna just stop it. Damn. Bars.
I've been there, bro. You don't want that. And when you exercise when you exercise the last little bit of bitch out of you,
Kill it.
and when you see it start to well up in you again, you slap the bitch back out of yourself. Hell no. No, 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 no,
No.
none of that. You stay on your square. You remember who you're supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
Get your gauntlet, your wolf pack around you. Get you a friend to elbow you back in your jaw, punch you in your motherfucking chest.
Get your
Hey, man, stop
gents.
tripping. Stop being a punk.
Hell yeah.
Trust your Godfather. Trust your Godfather. Trust me. It is better for you. It is better for them.
Yes.
It is better for us all.
Man, listen. That is why I let that be the last clip, man. Because I thought no matter what else we saw tonight, that clip of Kevin Samuels saying, man, if you're going to be a man, be, like I said earlier, be unapologetically masculine, man. And don't listen to this BS that masculinity is a bad thing. Masculinity is not a bad thing. It is not. It is needed right now. There are so many men that need this. That is why he was so popular. That is why these channels and stuff is so popular, because it is sorely needed right now. And I just see one of my friends in the chat, my friend Kiva, she retired just like I did. She know there was no guy. Look, Kiva, did you get the Master Chief or Senior Chief? I know you was up there, girl. You was up there. I only made it the Chief, but that's my little box back there. But what did they tell us? There was no, I go up to the captain or the engineer. There was no, well, I don't know. Man, you never say that. I don't know. Like a little bitch. I don't know isn't in the Chief's vocabulary. I don't have the answer right now, but I'll get back to you. My guys are researching it, blah, blah, blah. But we'll have an answer at, I give a time. I'll be back for an update at about this time, or I'll have an answer at this time. All right, Chief, make it so. And I did, and I got on my grind. Sir, this is where we're at. It's a delay. This is what we found. However, there's this, that, and the third. So we have a little bit more research to do. When you're in engineering, you got a lot of research to do. A lot of research. Because there's a lot of manuals and a lot of books to go through. Right? So be a man about it, man. Press says, yes, Sean, do carry the one. Oh, I heard that one already. Yep, read that. Kiva says, I truly miss Kevin Samuels. I do too. Kiva, he was, you know how we came up, Kiva. You know, if y'all don't know, she and I grew up in the same neighborhood, actually. Okay. And hell, we rode the same bus together. Shit. We were like 4 doors down from each other. We grew up together, right? I miss him too. He just reminds me of some of the men that I came across living in Louisiana that would pull me to the sides, particularly. And they saw what I was trying to do with my life. I was active in sports, keep myself out of trouble and stuff like that. And those men took an interest in me, and they laid it down, you know. And I wish I had more of that teaching, you know, because they could only give me so much. But then the next phase of my life, I got that teaching from the men in the military, these older men that mentored me and helped me, you know? So Ennis says, let me ask you something. Do you think the damage of Western ideology present in today's women, along with feminism, can be reversed through an anarchy-based society? Do I think today's generation would? It's a good question. Anarchy-based society. I think you could have two outcomes from an anarchy-based society. You could have some women appreciate the men who can stand up for themselves in an anarchy-based society and can handle themselves. Or you could still have them fold to the wrong type of people. So that's kind of hard to decipher. I think that in order to see really any effective change, there's going to have to be change of the laws, because a lot of things that are happening are law-based, right? Or a number of things that are happening are law-based. The other thing is you have a cultural problem. And the cultural problem is nobody can anticipate 23 years ago how powerful the internet would be and how much information that people would have access to. So notice back in the day, there used to be a push in society about education. The mind's a terrible thing to waste. This is what your brain looks like on drugs. This, that, and the third. It was this educational push. Then they pushed people to go to college. And then somewhere in not the early 2000s, but the mid-early 2000s to the late early 2000s, right? You had all these people, and guys were getting college degrees. Women were getting college degrees. They were starting to climb at a higher rate. And what happened was you had a whole bunch of people in the labor force that realized that those degrees was bullshit. I think I'm already demonetized probably at this point, but a lot of people realized those degrees didn't mean crap. So now you see this real low decline, or this sharp decline in men getting college degrees, because men saw that happening. And what did men start doing? They started trying to go to trade schools and stuff. They started trying to get more specialized type of training. Because men saw that, like, yo, I saw them dudes go to college and now they school counselor or something, right? Or they're still shoving, hey, I'm on the grill. Next thing I'm washing lettuce. Next thing you know, I'll be on the grill, the fries in the grill. And then in 2 to 3 years, I'll be assistant manager. And that's when the big bucks start rolling in. Like, those dudes with degrees was on that path, the McDowell's path, right? So it's not just about the degrees. So when you have a society of people that have access to literally the Library of Solomon in a phone, every new phone is more powerful than any computer that's preceded before it, right? And with that much knowledge, how do the powers that be keep us in check? Now there's no push for education. You don't hear them talking about keeping our kids smart. Hell, they won't even keep our kids safe anymore. But there is an allowance for us to be where they want to get rid of toxic, so that people, because face space and them are suffering, so they get rid of toxic, and guess what? Everybody in America got to go back to the fake space, which is actually more compromised than toxic. Don't tell me how that logic goes about, but there's an agenda. There's an agenda. That's why I said, be careful who you guys watch, man. Be careful. I'm not saying I got all the answers, but I'm being real. Kiva can tell you this is Sean, right? At least I'm being real about it, right? At least I got some life experience. At least I've been through it. My kids, 2/3 of my kids are grown right now. I mean, grown, right? So take with that, y'all, what y'all may. Great question. Even survive. Yeah, man. That's my answer. You never trust a woman that's too cuckoo for delusional Cocoa Puffs, for delusions Cocoa Puffs. Preston. Of course, these women aren't used to peace. They only want misery and losers company. You know, like, there are women that want peace, Preston. I just think that they're buying into the peace. They're buying into peace in a way that leaves them still miserable. And you have to ask yourself, why do I believe what I believe? I came to that realization after I got my head knocked off in a car accident and the reset button got hit in my head. So I didn't watch TV for about 2 years straight. Did a lot of research, studied a lot of stuff. It almost drove me crazy because the stuff I was researching is the stuff that most people will never open their mind to. All the rest of these sheep out there are going to just follow along with everybody's telling them, instead of really looking deep on why things are moving the way they are. And until you do that, you're stuck in the deepest level of the matrix. You're never out of it, but you're stuck in the deepest level. Thank you all for showing up tonight. It's been a great one. Bruce, thank you for being here. Bars for real, Trill. Kiva says, I made it to senior. Okay, I knew that. I knew that. Accountability. Yeah, they held us accountable. Hell yeah. That's exactly what they did. Preston says, and that's exactly why I say be on your independency, be your own peace. Yep. Preston says, people who disrespect the dead are disgusting. And I agree with you. It's so disgusting how they talked about him. Like, there used to be a time, like, I may not like a person. They got people that have passed on that I don't like, but I don't speak ill of them. They're gone. And that's all that needs to be said. The mind, really. Yep. The mind really is a terrible thing to waste, especially the bad mistakes. Yep. Calvin got a job at McDonald's. Nice one, Carl. Oh, coming to America. Yeah, you know, I got to break out the old ones for you guys. Imagine it for a minute. All you have to do is remove electricity. No power equal no internet, no phone. Can't start your car without power. Well, hopefully we got batteries. I don't know. Women would have no choice but to align with men. Yeah, I mean, that would take us back to some different times, but it shouldn't have to be that way. It shouldn't have to be that way. Kind of dark, but just a thought I had. Don't think Kevin Samuels would agree with something so extreme, though. Yeah, I'm saying, like, where we're at. It's kind of what I said. We learn from the past. Don't live in it. Basically, plan for the future, but don't stress on it. And be mindful of the present, because that's all we have. One moment to the next. That's it. It's the only thing we're promised. One moment to the next. We're not promised the future. And we can't go back to the past. All right? Wanda, thank you for being here. Hey, Sean in chat. Thank you for being here, Wanda. How you doing, baby? Wanda has a beautiful channel where it's a good family-based channel. And what her and her husband are doing with those kids over there is nothing short of amazing. Great. Those kids have structure. If you want to suggest someone to go watch a great family channel, that's a great channel to watch. She's a great friend of mine. I support her 100%. Thank you for being here, Wanda. I appreciate you. Yeah, I feel you, bro. So let's see where we're at. I'm going to play this last clip. This is the new Kevin Samuels. But this dude, I can say the new Kevin Samuels, but you know what I mean, right? Kind of Kevin Samuels light, L-I-T-E. Okay? I'm going to play this because he brings up a good question. He brings up a good question. So let me get this thing up and going there for your viewing pleasure.
So many.
Let me kick it back. Here you go.
So many men, where are they at in prison? Where the other half? They're
Not as many as
bisexual
you
or
think,
they're
man.
gay.
Hold on. Let her.
So-
Hold on, Black Jesus.
Let me stop this real quick. So the first narrative that's out there, listen, there are a lot of black and brown men in prisons. Yes, there's a lot in prisons. But when you hear this narrative that most black and brown men are in prison. Like most of the population of black and brown men are in prison. This is a lie. And some women who are uninformed, they're uninformed dudes too, but women who are uninformed will push these narratives. Oh, all these black men are, got all these kids out here. Fact of the matter is 51% of black men are single, or 53% of black men are single and childless. 53% of black men are single and childless. Hell, over 50% of black men are considered in the middle class. Nobody says that, do they? You don't hear that statistic, do you? So we have to be careful about the narratives that are put out. I might talk about modern women, but again, I am careful. I talk about behaviors. My goal isn't, my goal is never and has never been to put down any group of women, and it's particularly black women. I stress on these behaviors. Yes, I might shock value the title a little bit, but watch the video. Am I not talking correctly about the behaviors? And do I not talk about what we should be doing on this channel? So be careful of the narratives of where you go to, because I've said this time and time again, and I'm going to say it again. I do not hate women. Oh, I don't know why I put myself on a bigger screen. I do not hate women, nor am I mad at women or bitter at women or nothing like that. I get women come in my comments like, you must be bitter. I'm like, no, I can give a shit. If I quit this channel today, I wouldn't be bitter. It'd be all good. My life is good. I can't complain. I just want to put other people on game. Damn it, Preston, you got me rhyming. Okay. I just want others to do the same. I'm not bitter. And some of these channels that you guys will watch or that you might see, these are bitter ass dudes. They're bitter. I'm not bitter. I've gone through all this. Again, after my car accident over 8 years ago, it changed the way I look at everything. Everything. I don't look at nothing the same anymore. Again, I didn't watch TV for almost 2 years. I see the Matrix for what it is. And I see that sometimes to get this message out, I might have to put out things a certain way, but the message is always in there. And you can go back to the last 5 live streams. And at some point in those times, if you're willing to watch that much footage, at some point, I make the same point. And I think it's important. I am not mad and I am not bitter, nor do I want you guys to be bitter or angry. Don't be bitter or angry. Just be your best self. What do I say on this channel all the time? Live your best life. I mean that for both men and women, but do it responsibly and do it where they're not putting the okie doke on you. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Shit, I'm tired of people falling for it. All right.
Hold on. Miss Shine, let me ask you a question. If I do this right now on live, if I start playing with a gun and it goes off and it hits me in the head, who was responsible for my death?
All right, answer the question.
It's the parent that didn't put a gun.
I
got
said
several
me,
guns
ma'am.
around here.
I said me.
Oh,
right
if you
now,
start,
if I
of
do
course,
it right now,
there go your one-sided question.
gun.
Of course, it would be you. Of course,
Okay.
it would be you.
Okay, so you and all of you playing with these cocks, when they go off and get you pregnant, who's responsible for that?
Ooh.
You knew very well what
Crickets
the cock was capable of. I'm asking you, ma'am, who was responsible for you getting pregnant? 100%.
Crickets.
Wow. So
you're not giving him no responsibility. You're not giving men no responsibility.
Listen, ma'am.
That was one of the problems that Kevin Samuels dealt with talking to women. Was just like, listen, we talk about dudes who you lay down with. Half the videos I put out on this channel is about men making better decisions too. The reasons why I put out, like I had a friend that told me, let me bring me back up on the screen. I had a friend tell me, she's like, I'm sorry I ain't been watching your channel, but you know, you're always talking about this, that, and the third, and I ain't know how to feel about it. I'm like, I don't depend on you to watch my channel. I don't. I depend on the people that want to watch, and the people that don't. Facts. At the end of the day, when I started this channel, yeah, I was like, yeah, y'all gotta check out my channel. It was a bad channel at the time. It was corny, it was goofy. All right. I had to improve. I had to get better so people want to watch it, talk about things in a way that is more in line with where I'm at, and stop trying to make it some type of variety show. So, you know, listen, it's not to excuse men of their responsibility, because that's what we talk about in this channel. I have to hide the medicine inside the treat a lot of the times, but the message is always there. Men, we have to make better choices. But just because women may not like the way I lay out how men need to be making their better choices, that ain't on me. I'm trying to help dudes not make the same mistakes that I've made or seen in my time here on earth. Okay? That's it. That's it. At the end of the day. And the women who are also a part of this gent movement, for them to have a better understanding of how men think. You may not agree with what every man thinks, and I don't agree with everything that every man thinks or says either. But at least you hear it. And you can say, wow, I never maybe looked at it at that point. I may not agree with it, but I can kind of empathize and see why they might feel that way based on what they've said about what's happened to them. That's what we need. We need empathy, and we need to be able to listen, and then we need to be able to communicate. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and all thy getting, get understanding. But my people perish for a lack of knowledge. And this is the truth. Let me get back to this video.
See, I want to see. I want to see you one day hold men accountable for their.
Ma'am, how can you just admit that if I play with a gun and kill myself, shoot myself, it's my fault? But if you play with a penis and detriment your life, it's not your fault. How is that? You've heard rumors about what a penis can do.
No
You've not only heard the
accountability,
rumors,
right?
you've seen
Men
it
does
happen
not.
to your sisters. You've seen it happen. You decided to play with it. That is on you, ma'am. Listen, not only that, hold on.
Yes, that's what I'm
You've
teaching
also
now.
seen other women play with that same gun and then have to raise its results by herself. You've seen that hundreds of times. So why would you then
do the same thing
in the same predicament? That is on you, ma'am. That is on you. Do you disagree with that?
No, I agree.
The blueprint is out there.
That it's woman's fault if she gets pregnant.
Yes, I agree.
I appreciate that, ma'am. Go ahead, Black Jesus.
Go ahead, Black Jesus. Listen, if there is accountability on both sides, I don't want to put it squarely on that. But what I'm going to say to you is, because men also, we have to be careful who we decide to lay with and decide to have our seed with. And I know a lot of you gents agree, because I saw your comments on that video I made where you had the dude who had 7 baby mamas and 7 kids. And he was like, I told them that I wasn't trying to have no kids, so they knew what time it was. I told them I was going to pay for the deletion. I was going to pay for the plan B. So I shouldn't have no responsibility. Are you that stupid? Have you not seen? You know, listen, there's too much data out there. I'm going to use this same logic on men real quick. You've seen all these videos. There's too many videos to say that we haven't at least come across one video. And I've definitely put multiple videos on this channel about the system and how it makes men pay. You have guys, and I've put these videos on my channel. You have guys who are paying child support for kids that aren't theirs, and they aren't allowed to even see the kids. They're paying 18 years or however many years for a child that is not theirs, and they have no access and no paternal rights to see. And yet and still, you have a young man, because I think he said he was like 27 years old. 27 years old. 27 years old, and he just gonna skeet all up in the place and think that he was gonna be absent of any type of accountability and or responsibility? Come on now. Come on now. Now, on the flip side, men cannot lay down with a woman unless she allows them to. Anything other than that is a crime. Let me repeat. If a man lays down with a woman and she is not giving him access to her body, it is a crime. And it should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. But if it was up to men, if men controlled access, you wouldn't have 30% of young men from 18 to 30 who have not had relations in the past year. And then you have another 30% of young men who have never even seen the sweet, viscous innards of a supple young woman or any woman. They are V's. They are. So it is women who control access. So knowing all you know and seeing all these women, oh, dudes are just leaving women single moms and this, that, and the third. You are responsible for who you lay down with. I have the video library built up. I'm coming up on, technically I'm coming up on my 500 video, but I've hid like 120 of them. So I'm coming close to my 400th official video that's out. You can look through the library and you will see videos that would even show women about how not to be irresponsible in these situations. I put out videos even when they're not popular, even when they don't get the views, because it is important to have these type of videos in the library for us to be able to look at, reference, discuss, and so that you guys know that if I really could do this channel the way I want to, I'm too small to do it right now. But when I get bigger, I'm going to branch out these topics. When I become the brand, when Sean C is the brand and TSG is just the associated thing. Right now, TSG is the brand and Sean C just happens to be associated with it. When that thing is flipped, you're going to see these topics change. When people start watching for me, we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. We're going to talk about stuff that I think need to get talked about that ain't getting talked about, that I feel is going to help us to live our best lives as a collective. Until that point, I'm going to grow this channel. And I'm going to do it with or without the support. But I'm glad I have the gents here. That's what these live streams are for, because I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Okay, let me get to these comments real quick. And that's why I love this channel, because of the realness. Thank you so much, Preston. I appreciate that. Live your best life and live it right. I 1,000%. You've done a great job with your channel, bro. Salute. Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you for the support too. Ennis, oh my God. I got to mean, A mean AB cramp right now. That got me laid out in hella pain. I hope you feel better, bro. I'm gonna stay with you though, fam. All right, bro. It's all good. I hate when that happens. Both sides are accountable for their stupidity and their ignorance. Absolutely. And Preston, we've talked about it. We've talked about it many times in the chat, have we not? Or in the comments, have we not? Wanda says facts. It needs to be consent given. Absolutely. Or it's a crime. End the story. End the story. Let me go back to what Wanda said real quick before I get to you, Douglas. I started off, Wanda, early on in this live stream, and I talked about how on Fresh and Fit's channel, they had a dude on there, Charleston White, and he talked about how they would give women grugs. He would give them grugs, and they would just take it. And he said this on a live stream Manosphere podcast. And these dudes hold women accountable. They have plenty of videos out there, Wanda. And at the end of the day, they did not stop and hold this man accountable. I'd have been like, yo, what are you talking about? You think it's cool to sit there and whatever? He wasn't talking about, yo, man, it was jacked up, but back in the day, we didn't know better. It was wrong, but this happened. He wasn't saying it like that. He was laughing about it. Oh man, and then he said we were kids. He was a grown-ass man doing this to young women. They would trap a woman in a room and then they would chew on her. And that podcast that has way more subscribers and way more followers than this one did not say anything about it, did not stop that podcast, did not say, yo, man, what was y'all on, man? Y'all was pieces of crap. And nobody should have done that to those women. They didn't stop that. Yet and still, they'll get all the views, right? Because they got some pretty women on there. Whatever. It's okay. Ain't going to stop me from talking about what I got to talk about. That's why I say, man, I'll expand the topics out. But once this channel really starts hitting numbers, you're going to start noticing the topics change. Once I feel that this thing is steady enough, I'm going to branch out. And I know that kills some channels. But like I said, once I become the brand, we're going to talk about all that stuff. So this right here, we talked about this earlier, Wanda. Thank you. She felt what she was saying. Oh, yeah. Yep, facts, Douglas. Carl says there's no such thing as an accident pregnancy. If you carried it to term, you planned it. Yeah, yeah. What's the deal with everyone having 2 mistake babies with Pookie? Okay, let's go back to Carl's comment. I've said this many times on the videos on this channel, but there's this, it was the video I did a day or so ago where the young lady was like, does every man in America have baby mamas or kids or this, that, and the third? I mean, dang, can I find a man with no kids? And again, I told you over 50% of black men are single and childless. The other percentage is divorced people, right? People that were married and or divorced or in long-term relationships. The rest are the Pookies and Ray Rays. So this false narrative that is being put out, you guys got to be careful on who you listening to. And I'm not going to just let anybody come up in these comments, because I've had women come in the comments with these false facts that I'm like, ma'am, that is not statistically true. And then I lead them to the reference. Like, yo, that's not, go look at Pew Research. Go look at blackdemographics.com. Go look at this. You are wrong. What are you repeating that from? And you guys may not even see those comments because sometimes I block them. If they're so egregious, I just block it. Because I'm not going to let them put those egregious comments in there and mislead people with lies. I'm not going to allow that to happen. This is a place to foster discussion and for us to be able to express share our stories, man. The gents, the women, the men and women that share their stories in these comments, I take the time. Those ones, I can't get to all y'all comments out, something quick, whatever, because there's always so many comments. But like the people that leave their personal stories or the people that are married and they share their stories, go read my comments on those. I always answer. If once I see it, I always answer. Because I respect people that are willing to open themselves up and leave their stories in the comments, man. That's the crux of what TSG is about, man, is for you guys to be able to express yourself and to be able to share your stories, your thoughts and feelings, because other people read this stuff. And again, I leave some leeway for some openness that may be a little excess, but I meter it. And I do that on purpose. Where we at? The Mr. Creighton, thank you for being here. Can you give us a hint on what the topic is going to be when we grow bigger? Yeah, man. So I would like to talk about more about the economic struggles that kind of men and women are going to deal with, because I think women look at it in terms of, I'm trying to get this bag and this, that, and the third. If the story fits in the right way, I'll still try to do it. I still do stories that may not get a lot of views. But what I mean is, I don't think people, and some men don't know either, but some people do not understand. I don't want this to be obviously a economics channel, but we need to be able to tie in the economics and tie in how these laws are getting passed that are having both men and women fighting against each other. We're fighting against each other and we think we're on different sides of it, but we all have the same enemy that is a divide and conquer strategy. Now, I would still put that type of video on my channel, but there's a depth to it that I would like to get to and be able to talk about, such that it's going to make, I want people to just open and expand their mind to things that are happening to them, why these things are taking place. Listen, I would like to dive in deeper on some of these men's issues, but sometimes when I talk about like men, just straight men's issues, you guys don't watch it. When I say you guys, my loyals do. But I'm saying there's things I've put out, like I'll get women watch the channel when they're mad about something, and then I'll say, okay, well, I already have several clips that prove against the point that people are trying to make, and I've made videos on it, not to say I'm right, just to show a different side. Guess who I don't see in those comments? I don't see the women. They got everything to say when they're triggered, but nothing to say when I present a different type of view. When I show how men are paying child support for kids that aren't theirs and they don't even get to see them. No, they don't show up to that. They don't pull up on that. Or if I have a video clip talking about how 30% of the DNA tests come back that, hey, you are not the father. They don't pull up in those comments. So I already have been doing little test branches into what I'm trying to get to, but those videos don't do well. See, channels like Aber and Preach, when you have, 1 million subs, they can talk about anything they want to. Everybody watches Aber and Preach for Aber and Preach. They watch for the topics too, but predominantly you watch their reaction to whatever they're talking about. I want to be able to do that crap, right? Let's be real. I'm about to be really real with you guys. Listen, man, I've had 3 years, I've had multiple times where I've been depressed doing this channel. And part of that depression happened in the last 3 months. Because you sit there and you stress about the analytics. And I use the analytics to try to make the content better, right? I try to do different scenery. We're doing this one. The last video, I did a little green screen work to kind of just change up the view, right? Eventually, I'm going to go out into Vegas and have that as the background while I'm talking about videos and do some other things. There's a whole bunch of things I'm trying to do to keep the channel interesting, new, fresh, moving, different, variety, all these different things. But people aren't watching for Sean C. They're watching for the topics. And I know because I see it in the analytics. So there's so much more to get into, but I didn't mean to go on for a tangent on that, but I thought that was a great question. Where we at? Carl says, well, it's kind of rude to not take the Gruggs offer. That's funny. And it says, Sean, bro, you sure that's what he said? On whose podcast? Damn, now what? Well, they may have taken it down, but it was on Fresh and Fit's podcast, Fresh and Fit podcast, that Charleston White was there. Or if you want to see it, somebody did a reaction to it. Go watch Aber and Priest channel. They did a reaction to that. And that video came out a week ago, 2 weeks ago. So it's there. Go check out MTR. Go check out MTR's channel. He did a reaction. Oh, sorry, Aber and Preach. Go check out Aber and Preach. They did a reaction video to that on Fresh and Fit. And they did it, but they may have pulled that down. So go check out Aber and Preach. They have the reaction to seeing that. So go check out Aber and Preach's. Shout out to Aber and Preach. I did that for the algorithm. All right. Carl, now what? All right. Red pill deals forever real. We got to be. Hold up. I'm going to go look up. Go ahead, go look it up, bro. Ennis, yes, sir. Analytics can definitely stress you out. Yeah. So I went on Jock's channel and go over to his channel, subscribe, and then also go check out his website. What is it? Jock, type in your website down in the comments below, man. Young and Grown. Go check out his Young and Grown website. He has all types of merch there. Also, go check out our merch store too. And if you use the code TSG Uncut at checkout, you'll get 10% off. All right. So, all right. What time yet? Oh my God. I haven't been to sleep yet all day. I don't know how the hell I'm still awake. All right. I'm about to I have the memes of the day. I'm gonna run through these real quick. All right. I'm gonna bring these up real quick. So the first one, trying to catch me cheating, knowing you can't pay the bills on your own is just crazy to me. What do y'all think about that one? This dude said, you trying to catch me cheating, knowing you can't pay the bills on your own. So he thinks that, why are you trying to worry about cheating and you know that I'm paying these bills? I don't know. Just a thought. That seemed like it'd be a good poll question. Actually, that might be a good poll question. Don't answer that, y'all. We'll do that tomorrow as a poll. All right, this one. Me kissing my children goodnight. Love you. And remember, men are trash. My children, even dad, me, especially dad. This right here is what I said I was going to bring up later, gents. And I have a video I'm going to create based on this. So you might see this meme again in a future video if I remember to put it in there. But I wanted to put this in there because one of the things that I think, one of the many things that I feel is detrimental to the family structure and the home is women who pit their kids against the dad. And even though that dude may have some issues, and even though you may not get along with that dude, if that dude is trying to do right and getting along with his kids, I am not a proponent of running that dude away when he's trying. Do y'all remember the video that came out, and I did it on this channel, where the dude came to bring McDonald's for his kid, and the woman said, I'm going to put him on blast. And then when he brought the McDonald's for his kid, she was like, why you didn't bring nothing for the other kids? And he's like, that's not my kids. This is my son right here. If you want to get food, let them other dudes do for your kids. Well, how you going to bring this food around and this, that, and the third? And I don't get my food stamps till blah, blah, blah. Right? And then when he tried to give her the food, he said, well, let me take my kid to the car. I ain't going to just let him be eating on it and then the other kids don't get nothing. He was like, this is my child. I am not their father. That is not my responsibility. Now, you could say that's wrong or right, or maybe he should have got them kids some food. But was he wrong for not wanting to take care of his kids? And what did she do? She took the food, threw it on the ground. So not only did the kid not get the food, but he didn't get to see his son either. And you have women who are, and I get it, you might be hurt, baby girl, you might be hurt at your ex. I get it. But we are at a war of attrition, and keeping that father away is one of the most detrimental things that women can do. If he is trying to be around and he is trying to be there and he's showing up weekly and he's giving you a little extra cash, these women are ungrateful, because if you can't pay for they Gucci bag, them Gucci shoes, they flip they wigs and they nails and their lashes. If you can't keep up the lifestyle, or because you broke up with me, I'm mad at you because you're not with me, so I want to make your life miserable. I'm miserable. I want you to be miserable too. Not thinking about the kids. This is terrible. This is terrible that this is even happening. And then you have this movement. And again, this is the kind of topics I want to talk about. Where is this movement coming from that is telling women not to be there with kids, be there for their kids, or telling women to not let dads who are trying to be around, or to bash the kid's dad in front of the kid, or to just straight up even lie to the kid and say, oh, your daddy dead. And the dude alive and well. There are too many videos out and there are too many stats out right now showing how it is more beneficial for a kid to have his father in a home or some type of male presence. There's too many stats about it for women to still be ignoring it. At this point, it is deliberate. This is a deliberate act of volition toward our children. If a woman chooses to do this, knowing the stats that your kid is going to be more at risk for a whole bunch of factors, you saying F those kids and F that dude. You might be saying F that dude, but you saying F those kids too. Then why'd you bring them in this world? Because every woman thinks she can do it on her own. Statistics doesn't bear that out. All right. Next one. So you have modern woman, I dedicated my life to science. And then you have a traditional woman that says, I raised 5 scientists. So who has given more benefit to the world? You could say, well, it depends on what these 5 scientists done. Maybe she discovered, she was Madame Curie and discovered radioactive isotopes and this, that, and the third. But the point is, at some point, she is going to pass. And if this woman produced 5 scientists, it don't matter what their contributions are, she still produced 5 scientists. Now, this is an example, but this is saying that at the end, it was Andrew Tate that says this, that Nobody's going to remember your Gucci or your Birkin bags or your hair, all them damn wigs, all the times you went out on the yachts or whatever. Nobody going to remember that. He said that from his grandmother, 70 sentient beings came from her womb. That's what matters at the end of the day. The family, the legacy that we leave behind. Not our Birkin, not our Gucci, none of this stuff. Because it don't matter. It will perish at some point. Anybody, all my folk out there listening from Louisiana, you know. I mean, my mom's apartment was 8 feet underwater. Or right to the top of the ceiling of the roof. We lost everything. I've lost everything so many times. I've lost everything I've had at least 3 times over. And I'm not even counting the house fires where we lost other things. So if I count them, it's even more. Okay? So at the end of the day, it's all about our legacy and what we want to leave behind for the next generation. All right, next one. All right, so I brought this up because this is what I see on TikTok or TikTok all the time, right? You got 103,000 hearts for this woman showing off her body. This ain't nothing new, okay? Now, I'm not showing you this to show off her body. I'm saying it. You just have a lot of women on there, and I get it. There's some level of validation women want, but I didn't show you this to knock her. I wrote, just here to see how many of y'all simping. If she think that a man wants her looking for attention on social media, that woman gonna be alone forever. I can't believe I wrote that on a, God dang, I didn't know I went that savage. And then you have this dude, wow, with the hearts. Damn, you're gorgeous. Wow, beauty at its finest. And these comments just went on and on. I'm going to bring myself back up here on the screen real quick. Ladies, we as men cannot compete with social media. We cannot compete with the amount of attention and adulation you get. And for the young ladies who start off who grew up with this internet crap and they started off at an early age looking for validation, I feel bad for these young kids because they look for validation. I mean, shit. We was all in high school looking for validation or people to like us or friends or wherever the hell we were looking for, but we didn't have the damn internet. Now, these kids got the internet where you got to make sure that you have a social media presence. Then you got to make sure you don't do nothing dumb so you don't get clowned on it, so you don't become a meme in your own high school or your own school. These kids are under tremendous pressure. They really are, if you think about it. Right? Think about your most embarrassing moment at school. Now imagine if a mofo could have made a meme out of that son bitch. Imagine, if you will, they could have put you in slow motion, falling out your chair. Or I remember we were at a pep rally. Senior year? Junior. It was my junior because I was just starting to get my dunks down, right? And I had, dunked it a couple times. And then this one dunk, I tried to jump back from like the volleyball line, not from the free throw line, but the little volleyball, like behind the volleyball circle, right? And I tried to jump back. I cocked back. It hit the rim. And I freaking Sprite commercial and fell on my ass. Now, imagine, if you will, had I done that in the social media time. Well, I didn't live a lot of stuff down, but that would have been an over and over and over again. They would have memed the hell out of me. They would have memed the hell out of me. They would have been playing that in slow motion, fast motion, back motion. Luckily, I just like making people laugh, so I laughed it off, I got crap about it. If you can't buy a Birkin bag, do you really deserve to see your kids? That's a good one. So I wanted to pull that one up. I think that's the last one. So let me bring it back here. I didn't do any I didn't bring up any of your oh, no. That's not the last one. I got two more for you. I saved the longest ones for last. But I just wanted to show y'all that's we can't compete, ladies, with all that attention and adulation y'all get from being online. We just can't compete with that. So these young ladies who coming up who need all this attention and adulation, they get in relationships. How is any man supposed to keep that type of woman, keep any woman occupied? You know, have you guys heard this? Let me know in the chat if you guys have. But, you know, you'll see profiles or you'll hear women say in their profile to be like, don't be boring. Or I need someone who can entertain me. Entertain you? I said, what do I look like? Entertaining you. Are you serious? You know, you got these modern women out today who think they all that, and some of them got the personality of wet socks. Seriously. Seriously. Entertain you. Let's see what Preston say down here. Of course, you can't compete against Twitter and social media and people snorting too many TikTok crystal meth. I like that one, brother. Let me get to these last ones so we can get off this live stream. All right. This was, I got this from Reddit. I remember when my wife and I first got married, we had relations all over the kitchen, the laundry room, the garage, just wherever. Then it got to where we just had bedroom relations, no spur of the moment relations, only in the bedroom at night. Now we just have relations in the hallway. When we pass each other in the hallway, we just say F you to each other. That's crazy. And, you know, there's another topic, right? I would like to delve into that. When people watch it, they watch it, but I haven't learned how to make it get the traction it needs to have, right? But relationless marriages. Actually, I had some clips on it. I don't know what happened to them because I wanted to talk about that. All right, here's the last one. And this is the one. I saved this one for last. This is a story. Now, this young lady wrote, correcting not like the other girl's behavior. Bear with me on this story real quick, gents. Let me get this banner off of here. Oh, all right. She said, I started seeing a guy. He's very sweet to me and very complimentary. It makes me uncomfortable, though, when some of his compliments start to lead into not like the other girls territory, i.e., you're not like the other girls. Oh, she does something, you know, whatever. He'll be surprised when I have particular tastes or hobbies that are not really unique. Like I said, I like Lord of the Rings, which isn't that an Oscar-winning film? The most Oscar-winning film ever? And he'll mention how no other girls like it. And that I did, and at that, I did say no. Tons of people, including women, love those movies. He's also said things like, it's so nice to talk to someone who has an actual personality or has called me an anomaly. So she's feeling uncomfortable about these types of comments that she's getting from him. But that's not the point that I want y'all to zoom in on. We'll get back to that. I don't want to make him feel like a bad person, but would like to gently correct this behavior. I don't like that term. Correct this behavior. Like, I'll keep going. It feels uncomfortable to feel like I'm being put on a pedestal. And I personally try to lift up other women as much as possible. Maybe this can be a learning opportunity for him. Has anyone else had success shifting this type of mindset? So this is the point I have a problem with. I'm going to bring myself up on a half screen. The reason why I brought up this story is because I didn't even take clips of the comments. But when I don't even like hearing men kind of go into that type of talk. First of all, let me discuss the young man. You're not like other girls, this, that, and the third. It's a natural reaction for when men say, you're not like other girls. It's a compliment. And usually you're piquing some type of interest in that dude if he says that. Okay. So that's first and foremost. Now, if he continues to keep laying this on, now you're starting to get into simp beta male type territory, right? Shut up, dude, and stop saying that. Because any man that can kind of read body language or social cues, when he said it the second time or whatever, her body language would have been cringe. She might have got a little silent, this, that, and the third, or she would try to like say something to deflect off of her. And if you notice, she does it again, and it's like, okay, she's uncomfortable when I talk about this. See, but young men don't think like that. They just go for the moment, thinking that if I say this to her, she's going to feel special and unique. And like she mentioned, is alienating her. But the problem I have with the language on this, I don't have a problem with her saying that I just need to let him know that this makes me feel uncomfortable. That's effective communication. That's just a simple, effective way to say, I don't feel comfortable with this. I need to have this conversation with him and let him know that it makes me feel uncomfortable. See how simple that was? But this whole, I have to nudge him and I got to correct him and whatever. And then in of itself, you might say, well, Sean, that's not too bad. But then you got to read the full comments on this. I didn't feel like clipping them all because I didn't have time. But you start reading the comments and this whole correcting, and it was like almost like this young man or this man, I'm assuming he's a young man, like he was some type of animal or dog they had to potty train. It got into sickening. It just got sickening. You are the man. Are you supposed to be the man? And and listen, I'm not going to blame this dude because a lot of dudes are guilty of this, ladies, when they like women, especially, and it's not just this era. You're talking like when you happen to be, you grow up in one type of era and you see things change, and then it's hard not to notice the differences. But if this woman was getting uncomfortable, if you're a man and you're on your purpose and you're on your game and I ain't say game, but you've been out there enough to understand and read social cues, then if you're making her feel uncomfortable, you can back off. But a lot of these young men today can't read social cues because they don't have the even if they have men around them, they don't have strong men to be able to help them, go through it. Or they're not social or personable enough to have been in enough situations to say, well, I've messed that up before. I ain't going to do that again. A lot of these guys need mentors, which is another purpose of this channel, man, to be able to talk about these things like, yo, dudes, stop doing this crap. Right? But to correct his behavior like he a dog or something? No, that is a man. Stop talking about him like that. Press says, of course you already read that one. Carl says, correcting behavior is something you do with puppies. My whole point exactly. All right? That was my whole point exactly. So listen, I'm going to bring up the question of the day, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my shout outs on the way out, and then I'm going to get my tail to bed. What time is it? It's going to be a late night. What was I do? Question of the day? Oh, banners. Yeah, let's go there. All right, I got multiple questions today. Are women who do men's content on YouTube hurting or helping the message? Do you think that Kevin Samuels' passing has hurt or helped the current message? Why or why not? Don't answer in the chat. Answer in the comments below of this video so we can get the conversation going. Also, it pushes the algorithm out. All right? Answer those questions in the comments, not the chat. Are women who do men's content on YouTube hurting or helping the message? Do you think that Kevin Samuels' passing has hurt or helped the current message? Why or why not? Answer in the comments below. All right? And I messed that up. Let's get that off the screen. Okay? President says, welcome to the undefeated, disputed land of lunacy. Shout out to my dude Preston for being here tonight. Thank you so much. Carl, thank you for being here, brother. I appreciate you. Jock, thank you for being here. Go check out his channel and go check out his merch store. Check out our merch store, please. All right. Shout out to Ennis. Thank you for being there. Hopefully, he go look up on what's that channel? Abba and Preach about Fresh and Fit. Who else did we have in here? We had the Mr. Creighton come through. Thank you, sir, for being here. I appreciate you. We had my friend Wanda Misamichi. Please go check out her channels. And she also has another channel, Grandma Does It Best. Very good family-oriented channel. I respect her highly. Also, thank you, Douglas, for being here. Thank you. Appreciate you. Who else was up in here? If I missed anybody, let me know. Please go check out Speak Spanish Now. If you want to learn easy, fast Spanish from a great teacher, you want to learn it quickly, you want to learn it effectively, check out my brother here, Omar. You will learn Spanish and you will have a great time doing it. Thank you. I just want to put this comment up one more time. Calvin got a job at McDonald's from Carl again. Shout out to my friend Kiva, who I grew up with. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you guys. And another thing is, thank you for everybody who watched this on Facebook tonight. I haven't streamed the Facebook in a while, so hope everybody like it. This is what I do on a weekly basis. And I have my other videos. Shout out to my moderator and good friend, Bruce Rain. Thank you, brother, for always supporting me. Shout out to my brother Lucis, who had to bounce up out of here, but Lucis always dropping those, like I said, those WWE elbows of truth and knowledge on our foreheads. I mean, always good. Shout out to Jay's Randomness channel. Go check out this brother right here. Thank you for always supporting and thank you for being here. I'm very grateful for Jay, who was also in the live premiere earlier for today's earlier video. Check out today's earlier video. Good video. Shout out to Juan Antonio Suarez. Thank you for coming here, brother. I appreciate you tonight. We got Bruce Rain Preston. We also have my brother Chosen 1997, a.k.a. T-Mac in his house. Thank you for being here today. What else we had up in here? T-Mac also dropped the $10 super chat. Everything that you give to this channel goes back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Who else did we have up in here? Up in here. Thank you, Trev T, for coming through tonight. I appreciate you. Did I miss anybody in the way? Nope. Okay. Thank you, Trev T. Also, we had my brother Philip D. Redden Jr. Thank you, shipmate, for coming through. I always appreciate you. Still Saint dropped in for a quick, brief minute. Thank you, Still Saint. We also had Trey Felder. Thank you for coming through. I almost missed a couple of people. Let's make sure I ain't miss nobody. I don't like missing nobody. When I get bigger, I ain't going to be able to do this no more. We also had Prayer, my dear partner. Thank you. Oh, Prayer Made partner. Sorry, I read that wrong the first time too. Thank you, Prayer Made partner. I thank you. Who else did we have up in here? We also had Justakina. Thank you so much for coming through tonight. Much appreciated. Thank you. I'll get back to y'all comments in a moment. Let me just get through these real quick. We also had Gabriel Meth. Thank you for coming through. Appreciate you. Who else? All right. That is everyone. Let's see what your comments are now. And it says, all right, bro, for sure. Ennis, I don't know if you got to check the chance to look at that Fresh and Fit video or at least locate it so you can watch it for yourself. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Maybe they took it down, maybe they didn't. But it's crazy that Fresh and Fit let somebody on their channel that was talking about grape. You know, that's just insane. Can't believe that. All right, you guys. Thank you so very much for being here. I don't know how I was able to do almost a 3-hour live stream on absolutely zero sleep, but it is you guys that make this channel. I'm going to leave y'all with some parting words. I have a banner or something that says outro or something. Nope, I got rid of that one. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look because honestly, I believe that went down like that. Yeah, go check it out, bro. And then next show, let me know what you it's gonna blow your mind, bro. It's gonna totally blow your mind. Seriously. Okay. But look, I just want to make quick comment because I want to get up out of here. And I know y'all do too, but quick comment though. Listen, I know there are a lot of people who do this YouTube thing. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of time, very time consuming. I think if you add all the hours of YouTubing and editing and looking for new content and coming up, doing new logo designs and promoting and all these different things, I work a normal job. It's a normal job for me. It really is, right? A lot of hours I've dedicated. And a lot of people put in almost 3 years of YouTube and not even close to where I'm at. And there are people that like Pearl and them 6 months. I think she had like 100,000 subscribers in like 3 to 6 months. You know, women who have a good message actually blow up a lot faster, a lot quicker than men do. You know, they're softer on the eyes, I guess. I don't know. I guess I ain't that good looking. Maybe it's the raspy voice. I don't know. Right. But I don't knock them. But as content creators, we do have to be careful. We can't just be, we got to be careful with the message. We can play around. There's some leverage. There's some leeway. If you go read the very bottom of every description, this is an entertainment channel as well. So I try to entertain you. And certain things, like especially when the women were like, I can't believe you said that. I was like, it's a YouTube short, ma'am. I got 60 seconds to be able to give you something that's quick and fast, and I can't give context. Take that shit with a grain of salt sometimes, okay? God dang. People would be ready to jump on you, man. The internet is a crazy place, man, because people are looking to fillet you, Just craziness. And then the last part is love them, hate them, the Godfather, but you should respect him. And I don't understand how women don't have more empathy. If you don't like him, shut the hell up. But let me tell you, he was the only one fighting. He the only one I hear out here talking about getting married again. I don't even advocate for getting married. If you are currently married or in a long-term relationship, I'm your biggest fan. But I do not believe in marriage as it is currently constructed. I've said that from day one, and I stick with it until the laws change and until more happens. I think it's over for marriage in the West. I don't think it's a viable option for men. I don't like to say viable option. I don't think it's beneficial for men in the long run. In the short term, maybe, but in the long run, I don't think it's beneficial. Now, I say that to say that if you decide to get married, right, there's ways to do it. Have your I's dotted and your T's crossed, but I'm just not a big supporter of it. And Kevin Samuels was. He was just trying to be real with these women so that they can get the outcome that they came on his channel to try to get. Well, not that they tried to get, but realistically needed to get. Because there are a lot of delusional people that think they deserve a man that is making 100,000. I believe today's YouTube short, or it was yesterday's YouTube short, and the woman was an average woman, maybe less than average. And she was like, I need a dude that's a millionaire. She had to be able to go look at my YouTube short. Go to my channel page. You'll see the video for yourself. It's crazy that woman thinks that she deserves a millionaire. And when asked what does she bring to the table? Myself. You've got to be crapping me. For $500,000, right, I can get me a Rolls Royce. I could get me a Lamborghini. And you're telling me that you think you deserve to just be with a millionaire? A person, see, it ain't like dudes just fall into $1 million. No, usually the men who have $1 million, who have $500,000, who has $250,000, who has 100,000 a year, hell, even has 80,000 and up, has to work for that money most of the time. So the fact that there were women that want to talk bad on this man who is no longer with us, who is dearly departed, is the most disgusting thing, because he can't defend himself, for first of all, and second of all, he was trying to help y'all. And he bore his cross to try to help y'all, and y'all didn't even see it. Wow, that story, that martyrdom for you guys reminds me of a story I once heard about. What's his name? Son of Man? No, that couldn't have been it. The Carpenter? No, that couldn't have been it. The Divine One? No, that couldn't have been it. One of the, he got, I don't know which name. I'm just telling you. There's parallels to it. We like to fillet the people that mean us the best. And instead, we like to support the thief who's hanging. They rather support the thief hanging next to us than the dude who's looking out for their best interest but may not come in the right package, or the delivery might not come the same way. I don't understand people, man. Seriously. I don't know how Fresh and Fit let that one pass. I don't either. Shout out to King. Thank you for being here. Exactly. Kevin Samuels was more committed to women's best interest than women were themselves. He was your advocate. Ain't nobody else here advocating that crap. They're not. They're not doing it. Ain't nobody pushing for marriage no more. So that goes back to the question of the day. Are women who do men's content on YouTube hurting or helping the message? Do you think that Kevin Samuels' passing has hurt or helped the current message? Why or why not? Answer in the comments. I hope what I just said helps you to be able to have a better, more clear and concise answer that I would love to check down in the comments, not the chat below. Okay? Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I don't know what I'm doing for a video tomorrow. I just know I'm probably going to be sleeping until about 2 a.m. And then I'll wake up and repeat this cycle all over again. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thank you guys for the cash apps. Thank you guys for everything that you do for this channel. I couldn't do it without you. I am truly humble and grateful for everything that you guys do. Let me catch this one last progress. That Christ guy, I think you mean. Are you sure? I'm not sure that is him. I have no clue. All right. Well, again, until next time, gents, live your best life.